you some real good, okay? It's going to be massive. It's going to be electrifying, pure energy, and of course, all the goodies that you expect of a proper party during Christmas. It's been active so far, and we want to activate the activeness of the season. And so come and let's chill up. Let's celebrate Christmas in grand style. The Situation All White Party is that type of party where you get to let loose and let down, let go, burn calories, and just jam. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We have packages for you, 3 different packages. All right, we have the platinum, we have the diamond, and we have the gold. The platinum is going for 15,000 Ghana cedis, and it comes with its own fantastic, unique offerings. Then you have the diamond, which is going for 12,000 Ghana cedis, also coming with a variety of unique offerings. And then you have the gold package, which is 9,000 Ghana cedis, also coming with a fantastic and unique offering. But all tables seat 8 persons. All right, so 8 seats per table. So gather your friends, pool resources, call us on 0205 973 973, 0205 973 973, or 0558 973 973, 0558 973 973. Register and make payments. You have up till the end of today, because you see, it's not like a concert where you go and then you are buying things on your own. For this one, it's a party. All right, so we need to know the total number of people we are serving on the night, and we need to know that and know that real quick, real fast, real snappy. So we're closing if like the entries or registrations by end of day today, Monday the 22nd of December. So call us now, register and follow up with your payments. If it's a platinum table, you want 15,000. If it's a diamond table, 12,000. If it's a gold table, 9,000. Now when you do make your reservations and your payments, then you can relax and expect nothing but the best, because Akwabua will be performing live. Inchinchim Band will be performing live. Perez Music will be performing live. And the Made in Tadi guy, Kofi Kinata, will be performing live. Then, of course, we'll have a jam session. You know, that kind of party. The roof is on fire. Yeah. DJ Mingo will bring you that type of party on the night. So it's a celebration that you don't want to miss out on. It's a party that you don't need to be told about. It is a jam that you as an individual should be able to experience. So next, when we are talking about the situation, you can also say that indeed in 2025 on December 24th, you were situated. You understand? So come join us on the 24th of December 2025, 8 p.m. sharp. Come dressed in all white. Come looking like an angel. But, you know, the devil wears Prada, so anything can happen on the night. But come, let us see you at the Good Park near Accra Mall. I've already told you about the packages, the platinum, diamond, and gold, 15, 12, and 9,000 respectively. Akwabua, Kofi Kinata, Inchinchim Band, Perez Music. All that is left is up to you to make your payments and to show up. The Situation All White Party is brought to you by Channel 1 Television and 97.3 City FM, and is proudly sponsored by EcoBank. Big shouts to EcoBank. We're also being sponsored by Bethel Logistics, Bethlog, and then you have Hallmark Cafe. Shout outs to Hallmark Cafe. We're being supported, of course, by Oswald Investment Limited. Thank you to Oswald Investment Limited. Verve du Vernet. Big shout outs to Verve du Vernet. And of course, shout outs to Logistics Movers for also supporting the Situation All White Party 2025. We want to see you there. All right. So don't miss out. Be part. Now, we'll see you on the 24th. Okay. Show up and let's turn up. Okay. Now, on the 26th of December, it's not everyone that has been fortunate enough to be able to party like we were on the 24th. And so we are asking for your help to light up the world of a child who truly needs our support. Okay? But for you and your generous donations, a child out there may not be able to celebrate the festive season. And so we've come to you cap in hand, asking that you support us put a smile on the faces of these children. We'll be paying a visit, or we'll be reaching out to some amazing children who really need our help, and we're asking that you help us to do this. Okay, we're asking for donations in cash and in kind. You can send us Momo as well, 0550 900 006, 0550 900 006. Or if you prefer, you can walk to our front desk, 97.3 City FM at Adabraka, just behind the police station, and make your donations there. You shall be duly acknowledged. And of course, you can also come to Tesano, number 5 Oula Hansen Lane, adjacent the Crystal Palm Hotel, to Channel 1 Television, and make your donations to us. We shall appreciate you as well. Help us to help a Christmas child. And that's the initiative we're embarking on, is the Help a Christmas Child project. We want to see you support us, do something wonderful, something magical in the lives of these young ones. So thank you to all who have sent in their donations already. Thank you to all who have contributed. We truly, truly, truly appreciate you, and we're eternally grateful to you for helping us do this. Now, in every community, there's someone who stands out based on his commitment to the development and growth of this community, based on his or her philanthropy. And so if you know someone transforming lives in your community, nominate a teacher, a nurse, a farmer, a youth leader, a volunteer, or everyday change maker in your community to be part of our community legends. You can send your nominations via the WhatsApp number 0558 973 973. Your entry should include the following: the nominee's name, the community and region, a brief description of their work, why they deserve the recognition, and your submissions may also come through district assemblies, traditional councils, churches or mosque, and community-based organizations. The deadline for the submissions is the 31st of December 2025. 31st December 2025 is the deadline. So celebrate the change makers, celebrate your community legend. Community Legends is brought to you by Channel 1 Television. And when you go on channel1newsonline.com, you get some details there as well. Go to channel1newsonline.com. You get the details there as well. So help us to celebrate a teacher, a nurse, a farmer, a youth leader, a volunteer, or everyday change maker in your community. Send your nominations via the WhatsApp number 0558 973 973. All right. Now, in the spirit of Christmas, we're having some 9 lessons and carols. Okay, we want to light up the mood and prepare you for this wonderful festive season. And so we'll bring you our 9 lessons and carols on December 23. That's tomorrow, Tuesday, at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Tune in and watch some of your favorite TV personalities, some of your favorite radio personalities take turns on the mic and sing their hearts out, give you some wonderful renditions of some amazing, Christmas songs, some carols, or some gospel songs, so a little sight, something to light up your mood for the Christmas. Some motivational songs as well. But this will be performed by some of your favorite radio personalities, some of your favorite TV personalities, and it's airing here on Channel 1 Television on Tuesday, December 23 at 6:30 p.m. So make a date, book your calendars, take a seat, sit back, relax, and enjoy 9 lessons and carols on Channel 1 Television on Tuesday, December 23 at 6:30 p.m. I'll be watching, and so you should be watching as well. Okay, now let me tell you about the Channel 1 News app, which is hosted on the Google Play Store. Go to the Google Play Store, download the Channel 1 News app, and you have access to the news. It is relevant, it is factual, it is accurate. Okay, it is timely as well. So Once you go onto the Google Play Store, just type in Channel 1 News, and then the app will pop up. Once it does, download and install on your device and walk the news with me. All righty. Thank you so very much. Now let's go into the newspapers and check out what the papers are saying this morning. The news center is here, quite a busy front page this morning. Biggest story says Oforiatta's U.S. lawyer slams OSP, cites illegal warrant, legal breaches, misused Interpol notice, no crime identified, etc., etc. So that's the news center. Also has Iyoko apologizes over delayed response in buffer stock case. MTN Yellow Ladies support breast cancer care with 200,000 Ghana cedis. Margins sets example in urban renewal and climate resilience. And then you have FAB shares gain on first day of GSE listing. So FAB is listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange and the sharing gains on the first day of its listing. So that's the News Center newspaper. Let's go to the Herald. The Herald says Tribunal orders $33.3 million refund in Bankra Inland Port Project dispute. Woo! Tribunal orders $33.3 million refund in Bankra Inland Port Project dispute. NPA boss Lords Central Oil Refinery's contribution to fuel supply stability. Okudjeto's inheritance fraud case pushed to January. Claims of political motive could stall Oforiatta's extradition. That's according to a law professor. And then you have minister tells assemblies to keep Accra clean for visitors. So that's the local government minister, Ahmed Ibrahim, captured here on the front page of the Herald newspaper. Let's now go to the Daily Guide. The Daily Guide says, Bankra Inland Port dispute. Just more to pay Ashanti Port $33.3 million. Wow. Reverend Wengam slams abuse of power. Ashanti NDC organizer declares chairmanship bid. Manson Kwanta MP launches scholarship to boost human capital. So that's on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. This Bankra Inland Port issue, $33.3 million. Wow. Well, it's also captured here on the front page of the Chronicle. Same story. Bankra Inland Port dispute. Now on the front page of the Chronicle. Jasmo Constructions ordered to pay $33.3 million to Ashanti Port Services. Oh. Engineer Kwabna Ejapon gains ground in the north. Okay, well, this has to do with the NPP's presidential primaries and the campaigning thereof. Your Friends of Rivers, Nana Jumo Sapon's Friends of Rivers says Ghana's mining licenses regime must be reviewed. Ghana's mining licenses regime must be reviewed. So that's the front page of the Chronicle. I'll bring you the scripture. The scripture says Deuteronomy 1:16, and I charged your judges at that time, hear the cases between your brothers and judge righteously. Deuteronomy chapter 1, the verse number 16. And I charge your judges at that time, hear the cases between your brothers and judge righteously. This is the reading of the word of God, and may he add his blessings to the reading of his word. So that's the Chronicle. Let me go to Ghanaian Times. Front page of the Ghanaian Times. Parliament passes appropriation bill, government to spend 357.1 billion cedis in 2026. Parliament passes appropriation bill, government to spend 357.1 billion cedis in 2026. Political leadership must pursue national vision. That's according to Reverend Stephen Yenusom Wengam. Ashanti Port wins $33.3 million port Buankra Port arbitration. Ashanti Port wins $33.3 million Buankra Port arbitration. 636 blue water guards deployed to combat illegal mining and protect environments. 636 blue water guards deployed to combat illegal mining and protect environment. So that's the front page of the Ghanaian Times. You have a few sports stories on the back page. So go and get a copy of the Ghanaian Times, and you have access to the sports stories on the back page as well. Let's go to the Ghanaian Publisher. Ghanaian Publisher also has the Buankra Port story. It says Buankra Port dispute. Jasmo ordered to pay APSL, that's Ashanti Port Services Limited, $33.3 million US. Minority will defend democratic values. That's according to Osahene Alexander Kwamena Afenyo-Markin, the minority leader. Buffer stock case. Ioku apologizes for case delays. Buffer stock case. Ioku apologizes for case delays. Third GJA dinner comes off tonight. And then you have cardio boss pushes for shared resources in heart care. That's Dr. Cole Insiamensa. He's a cardiothoracic surgeon, and he's pushing for shared resources in heart care. Captured on the front page of the Ghanaian Publisher. Let's go to the Informer. The Informer newspaper says Asantehene rejects inclusion of Queen Mothers in House of Chiefs. Afenyo-Markin vows to complete ECOWAS term. Ex gratia payments. Journalist drags Finance Minister to Shraj. Ex gratia payments. Journalist drags Finance Minister to Shraj. Buffer stock case. Ioku begs court over delays. Buffer stock case. Ioku begs court over delays. Here we have government pushes Xmas in a clean environment, and MEF and Goldfields explore investment opportunities. MEF is the Minerals Income Investment Fund. So MEF and Goldfields explore investment opportunities. So that's the Informer newspaper. Let me bring you some more stories from the papers. The Republic Press. Accra traffic returns. Traders low sale mantra rings true again. Accra traffic returns. Traders low sale mantra rings true again. MEF CEO under fire as former finance manager challenges summary dismissal in court. High Court rebukes Ioku over delays in buffer stock case. Atoforsen dragged to Shraj over alleged discriminatory. Okay, I think I should say alleged discrimination in ex gratia payments. GJA announces third dinner night, a night of celebration for journalists. Okay, so that's the Republic Press newspaper. Let's go to the Custodian. Joyce Bauer roasted on social media for denigrating Akufo-Addo. Ghana's democracy under threat. Minority leader rings alarm bells. I won't comment on Bawku chieftaincy matters. Mahama Ayariga declares. Ioku begs court for delays over buffer stock case. So yeah, all this and more on the front page of the Custodian newspaper. Let's go to the New Publisher. The New Publisher. NDC can't kick me out of ECOWAS Parliament. Osahene Afenyo-Markin speaking there. 7 killed in road crashes. Robbers kill Ngozi over iPhone 11. Celestine Donko pushes road safety campaign. So that's the New Publisher. The Inquisitor. Inquisitor says, the Ioku scare, dull Xmas for gamers. The Ioku scare, dull Xmas for gamers. Cocobond defends Cocoa Road suspension. Cocoa Board defends Cocoa Road suspension. Local government minister ends sanitation drive for Christmas. Let's remember the vulnerable during Yuletide. That's Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh speaking. MIF Goldfields strategize for investment opportunities. So that's MIF and Goldfields strategizing for investment opportunities. Let me bring you some business stories on the front page of the BNFT. That's the Business and Financial Times. Olam Agri pays Ketsi call on Mahama. BOG touts bank listings to anchor long-term savings. The listing drought is over as First Atlantic marks first GSE IPO in 7 years. Yeah, so this on the stock market. The listing drought is over as First Atlantic marks first Ghana Stock Exchange initial public offering in 7 years. Rural banking. Okonfanochi Rural Bank records remarkable growth in all indicators. Lotteries. NLA boss participates in Africa Lotteries Review meeting. So that's on the front page of the Business and Financial Times. Right, let's quickly go online and check out what's happening on our news portals. I'll start from channel1newsonline.com. channel1newsonline.com. Monday, December 22. You have Great Coal fault triggers power outage in parts of Greater Kumasi. Great Coal fault triggers power outage in parts of Greater Kumasi. Road sector cleanup must not delay payments. That's according to the construction chamber. Research focus behind TTU's Ghana #1 ranking. That's according to the Vice Chancellor. Doma Ahene calls for prosecution of culprits in National Cathedral project. President Mahama is speaking and he says contractors owed since 2017 to be paid before Christmas. Then you have the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Siama, saying stability in banking sector must drive growth and competitiveness. 5 dead in Cape Coast Takoradi Highway crash. Citizen sues over Susu Ayamba appointments to GRA board. SML case, 78 count charge sheet, not serious prosecution. That's according to Kofi Bento. Then you have Bright Simmons here saying minister refusing engagement on lithium fiscal model. Scale up research to strengthen health system. That's Professor Upokwajiman speaking to Noguchi. In Kede, police arrest 3 over viral video of toddler given alcohol. Ghana's e-visa set for 2026. That's according to the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa speaking there. All right, let me take you to citynewsroom.com. Baby, 5 others die in late night fire at Ebuakwa Menshia. Baby and 5 others die in late night fire at Ebuakwa Menshia. Legislative reforms will prevent return to 2022 financial crisis. That's according to the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Cocoa Board warns a cocoa value slump could hit next year's FOB price. Cocoa Board warns cocoa value slump could hit next year's FOB price. Police raid Tamale in anti-narcotics operation. Temporary blackout hits parts of Greater Kumasi. Again in Tamale, police probe baby theft at One Heart Hospital. 2 nurses picked up. Lithium deal must be consultative and data-driven. That's according to Franklin Kujo of Imani Africa. Napo says KNUST remains unchanged, so why rename others? 1 billion CD planned payment, a drop in the ocean. That's according to the construction chamber. And Canadian police bust global auto theft ring. Ghanaian among 20 arrested. So just go online, citynewsroom.com, as well as channel1newsonline.com, and you get the details of these stories among several others on our web portals. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
In a season where the world pauses, music reminds us what truly matters.
Bread of life, sender from glory. Many things you were a nurse, a holy king, the carpenter. You are the living word you're saying.
This Christmas, experience music that heals, voices that unite, songs that awaken joy. Make your Christmas unforgettable with the Channel 1 Christmas Choir as they serenade you with lovely tunes that fill your home with joy.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm a storm with his hand?
This Christmas, feel the joy, hear the love, celebrate the season.
This Christmas Eve, skip the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. Welcome to the Situation All White Party 2025, where the music never stops, the energy never drops, and the fun never ends. Celebrating grand style with great music, irresistible food, and an atmosphere that screams good vibes only. Date 24th December 2025. Venue Good Park near the Accra Mall. Time 8 p.m. till late. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Get ready for electrifying live performances from Kofi Kinata, Perez Music, In Chin Chin Band, and DJ Mingle. Your best all-white fit. Bring your dancing shoes and let's light up the night together. Book your tables now. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973. It's Christmas Eve. Don't miss it. The Situation All-White Party 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Bethel Logistics, and Hallmark Cafe, and supported by Oswald Investments Limited, Verve Duvernay, and Logistics Movers.
DJ, bring the tune back again. Soccer fans, so I see Franco from Guess will kick that somehow.
Hello and welcome. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. It's time for the news review segment where we get to have a conversation on some of the topical issues. We invite you to join us. Send us your thoughts, your contributions, your comments. And of course, if you have any questions, you can send them through as well. You can do so by using the WhatsApp number on your screens. We're very, very active on social media. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. We're interactive on X, very engaging on Instagram. You can as well enjoy some video content from Channel 1 Television on TikTok. So join the show. It is your show. It is our show. Let's do this together. But in studio, we have Elvis Darko. He's the editor of the News Center newspaper and newscenter.com. And then we have Ibrahim Ejay, a former assistant secretary at the office of the former president. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you, Nana.
I trust the weekend was good.
It's good, yeah.
Great.
Not bad.
Very well. Let's get straight into our business for the day. It was the expectation of all, I mean, mine especially, that following the presentation of the mediation report by the Asantehene Otumfuo II to the president and the endorsement of same by the government, the establishment of a 1 billion CD development fund, some peace and quiet will return to the Bawku area. Unfortunately, we've seen incidents of some houses being torched, some violence, pockets of violence erupting in the area. Now, Lerigu especially, the curfew has been reinstated and it's quite troubling. I don't know, but let me start with you, Elvis. What your thoughts are on this? We all witnessed the presentation of that report, but subsequent to that, there was a letter from the Nairi that rejected same. Could this have sparked the violence we are witnessing recently?
Thank you for the opportunity. I think that I said it here last week that it's not the Supreme Court nor the report by Otumfuo and the eminent team that is what is going to bring any peace to the area. Because if you look at the positions held by both parties, they are all entrenched. In fact, looking at what is happening there, I am comparing it to the Israel-Palestine situation. And therefore, Otumfuo's report was not going to solve the problem, because even if a Supreme Court ruling for many years now had not brought the peace, obviously Otumfuo's report, which is not even an arbitration, okay, would not bring the peace to the area. And I think I said it here last year. So for me, what a bit surprised me was that the security was taken aback. Because for me, the moment the likes of Avoka spoke, and the moment the statement came from the Nairi that they reject whatever the Otumfuo reporter said, it should have been clear to our security that something of this nature is likely to happen. And that the state should have beefed up security in the area the moment the Nairi statement became public. It was a recipe for action by the security agencies to know that no, once the Nairi has said this, obviously the peace we were all expecting that would have happened was not going to happen. So I was expecting that at least probably we would have beefed up security more than we have done, because I think that as we speak, it's difficult for you to say that the Bawku issue has been resolved. No, it's not going to be. It has not been resolved and will not be resolved anytime soon. And as I was suggesting the last time, I said, we have been using the strategies or measures we think are the normal ways that the situation has been resolved. And I said it here that probably should be thinking about the abnormal ways, because I don't think that with the positions being held by both parties, the approach we have adopted is going to result in the solution. And I have said it here that is it possible for them to think about whether it's possible to rotate the chieftaincy title? Is it possible to say, okay, the rotation may not work, but probably can we have a traditional council that both of them are lifted and are apart? We need to look at something out of the blues, out of the box that may work, because if you look at this is not the first time this conflict is being mediated. And as I said, the Supreme Court, it has gone all the way to the Supreme Court. Pronouncement has been made and it did not work. So the issue is, should government enforce the peace? In this Fourth Republic, government has been enforcing the peace in Bawku. Government has been enforcing the peace in Bawku, but the enforcement has always been challenged.
Yeah.
And that is where we are still where we are. So with what has happened, and as I said, for me, the moment the Nairi statement came out, and I said, no, this thing, we've not achieved in it. We are back to ground zero. We are back to ground zero, because once the man openly comes out to say he has rejected whatever the Otum Force Committee has presented, it means that we are back to the same situation that has always leads to the violence. And therefore, for me, though I couldn't say it openly at that time, I was contemplating that with that statement from the Nairi, the overlord of the area, making that statement, the possibility of violence was around the corner.
Yeah.
It was around the corner. So for me, I'm not surprised about what happened. I believe that the security should be beefed up more so that we don't see an escalation of the situation where more areas get this kind of violence. Just the recent one, it spilled over all the way to Accra and Kumasi and all the rest. And I'm not sure that that's what we want in this country. So it's obvious that for now, whatever the eminent committee has done, we are back to ground zero, just as the Supreme Court ruling did not work. So then we have no option but to invest heavily in security to protect the peace in the area, whilst people behind the scenes will be doing whatever negotiations, whatever consultations, and whatever out of the box thinking and approach that people may have to see if we will find one of them that will be what? Acceptable to all. As I said, is it possible to say, despite everything, we can have the place divided and say this should be here, these people should be here, in between a Trump wall or whatever, Jerusalem or whether the China wall, that will make sure that there are no clashes. We have to think about something, because it's becoming too tiring, and more people are, as I said, the last count, we said over 300 people had died, and those are the ones that have been counted. Those that are not counted are not even part of it. And we all know that the socio-economic life in Bawku, from health to education to trade to even farming, have all been affected. So the cost of the Bawku war on the people and for the nation itself is one that, when you want to calculate, you may not be able to tell. And as I've said, if the state decides that they want to release, let's say in this Fourth Republic, the amount of money that have been sunk into peacekeeping in that area, everybody will say, is it really worth it? But the state has to do it, because the state cannot let them kill themselves. So I think that we should just keep investing in keeping the peace, enforcing the peace in the area for now, whilst we hope and pray that some solution will come from somewhere that will finally bring an end to this thing. But for the 2-4 report, once Nairi rejected it, for me, I was contemplating that we are going back to ground zero.
Very well. Let me say good morning to Elikem Kotoko. He's the Deputy CEO of the Forestry Commission. Elikem, good to have you.
Good morning, my brother. Good to be here.
Welcome. Let me come to you, Ibrahim, on this topic. I mean, like Elvis mentioned, this wouldn't be the first mediation of the Bawku conflict, but expectations were really high for this particular one. However, post the submission of the report, we're seeing pockets of violence in the area, especially Nalerigu. What should be our approach this time? How do we, going forward, ensure there's peace in Bawku?
Thank you, Nana. I want to address it this way. And of course, when we're talking about our chiefs, we have to be respectful in how we address issues concerning the chiefs, the Nairi, Otumfo, Osei-Tutu II, and so on and so forth. So I want to couch my submission in a respectful but yet decisive way. The fact that the Nairi has rejected the report tells you that it was, let's say, half-baked. With all due respect to the Otumfo.
It was a bit surprising when I saw the Nairi's letter or statement, because if you listen to Otumfo, he was quite emphatic that both sides willingly submitted to the mediation.
And in order to capture that willingness, a document so signed should have accompanied that letter. Because that, if you will, gives you a basis to say that you have agreed, not only verbally, but in writing. When countries go to war, what happens? There's a treaty. above all the killing and the murdering that happens in war, what somehow seals the deal of peace? It's a written document where the warring parties agree in writing, not verbally, and they are held to that document. A treaty that speaks to the peace that has been achieved. And so in the absence of a document, I think it was somehow premature. I say this again respectfully, I'm being mindful of my words here, because we don't want to inflame passions. We here as panelists want to add value to the peace building, the conciliation that is ongoing. But in that endeavor, we shouldn't also be somehow mute in saying what needs to be said. We commend His Royal Majesty Otumfuo the Second. We saw what happened with in terms of the Dagbon crisis, how he was critical in helping us achieve the wonderful peace that we now have. So again, I'm just speaking to some gaps or lapses that I've seen in the procedure. For the Nairi to openly reject it tells you that we have missed a step in that process. Yes, that Santini mentioned that this is indeed mediation, not arbitration. But it's the same string, depending on which part of the string you're now speaking to. It's the same value chain. And I think that should have happened, whereby all the participants within the Bawku crisis, before prematurely coming out with the report, give the report in a conclave with the participants there before presenting it to President John Dramani Mahama.
Do we know if that was done?
Clearly it was not.
Based on the rejection?
Yes, because otherwise I'm sure that His Royal Majesty would say, hold on, my brother, I'm talking the Nairi, you agreed to this. That, I think, would have been the first thing in terms to counter the rejection. So far, no such counter argument or communication has come to somehow explain or communicate to we Ghanaians that the Nairi is not acting in good faith, with all due respect to the Nairi. We should have made sure that, you cross the T's and dot the I's. And wouldn't it be, I understand, it's mediation, not arbitration. But still, in the presentation of that report, you gather the concerned parties, the heads, to the Jubilee House in order to present a unified voice regarding this.
I think both sides were present during the presentation.
Then why is
representatives of both sides, I think.
But I think that what would have happened, speaking to what I said earlier, in terms of having a document capturing the agreement, and then you can't have one party now unilaterally saying that I reject it wholeheartedly. And we want peace in Bawku.
True.
I liked what Elvis said about this has now become like the Palestine-Israel conflict. And it's been going on for a millennia. We really need this to work. And I stand on this issue as well. I like you say to Agbari, is it Agbari? Abagre? It was
skinned.
He's now been told that he can return back to Naderigu under the authority of the overlord. Am I right?
Yeah.
I welcome such developments, but does that have the buy-in? I'm not saying that every single person in the Northeast region has to buy in. You are leaders. So when the leaders have bought in, the people will necessarily follow. So I just want to understand, maybe in the course of our deliberations here, we'll understand whether that buy-in, because the Supreme Court is one thing, and again, I say one thing, our job as citizens is to work within the confines of law and order. And if we say that the Supreme Court is one thing, but again, there are traditional laws or traditional rights, we know the position of the Supreme Court. That is indeed any other law, any other tradition that contravenes the Supreme Court is by in itself null and void.
Right.
Okay. But again, we have to somehow maneuver the straitjacket that is the Constitution with the amorphous creation that is our traditional rule. Find a blend whereby the Supreme Court says this, but the people are of a different view, and you have to find that nexus, that common place, whereby there is agreement, and where there's disagreement, find ways in which to accommodate the differences, so that when the Supreme Court says A, everybody has agreed to that, and it's not just the decision of Supreme Court judges who in some ways are somehow distanced from the frontline activity of this, what is happening. But we pray that indeed peace will return to Nalerigu and Bawku in general. We have to find a way to square this circle. We have to, between Kusasis and Mamprusis. We have to. And it has to be a case of, you know, coexisting in a meaningful and deliberate manner, and understanding that, and it all boils down to chieftaincy. From the Mamprogo kingdom, and all, I mean, those who are watching who are better versed than I am, we read and consume the data, but other people have lived it, and it's been passed on from generation to generation.
Right.
Some will say you are visitors or you are settlers, you know, and so our law is the law of the land.
Right.
You cannot come in and impose your own traditions or inskin chiefs unless we agree that the land, and I'm talking Bawku specifically, is for all of us, and work to find common ground. This thing will become perennial, Nana. You know, a little time and then it'll flare up again.
Right.
And we as politicians, this is the advice I want to give directly, specifically to the NDC, but I can say also to the MPP, but I'm pointing at the NDC. It's when you politicize these things, and we saw it in the last election, then it comes back to bite you. We somehow have to decouple, we the politicians, ourselves from these conflicts. As difficult as it may seem, we have to work towards that, Nana. If I come in and I'm supporting an agenda politically, it's not helping the people of Bawku.
Yeah.
Likewise, if Elikem does the same, it's not helping the people of Bawku. We have to speak dispassionately as politicians and do our utmost to avoid taking sides as politicians. Let the citizens take sides, because they are the ones who have the vested interests. Most of us are outside of the jurisdiction. I'm talking Bawku, Accra, Kumasi, Cape Coast.
Yeah.
And we are rather interfering politically. And the moment we somehow decouple ourselves and have no political interest and allow the people of Bawku, here of course we're talking about Nalerigu, to actually work with our honest broker intervention, there I believe we'll see the green shoots of an everlasting peace. Because one side will not be able to run to the other party when his or her party is in government.
Right.
And we have this cycle, and it's not helping us at all. Politicians have to remain out of it, which is why I welcome Asante Hini's involvement, as he did in Dagbon, you know. And it's, I say, I'll land here, Nana. I know I say it's easy to do. People say, Brian, this one is more complicated than that. I understand. But unless you are determined to achieve an outcome, we'll always say it's not possible. And I believe that it is possible if we remove ourselves from the politics of Bawku and come in as honest brokers, or better still, we should not even be involved and allow the citizenry with the traditional instruments, Royal House of Chiefs and so on and so forth, both regionally and nationally, to help us find common space in this matter.
Very well, Brian. Thank you. Elikem, your thoughts on this? Have we come to the end of the road? Should we throw our hands in the air in despair and give up?
Thank you so much, Nana. Good morning, and to our viewers as well. Permit me to wish Sena Nombo, producer of one of the presenter on Radio Gold's morning program, a happy birthday.
Very well.
In fact, I had elected long before I go, not to give commentary on this matter in particular, stemming from the fact that usually when we begin to try in an attempt with no intention to wade into the whole conversation, sometimes we also end up inflaming passions, injuring others, and causing further escalation of the matter. And so it has been one of my very well self-informed decisions to stay away from this. First and foremost, I must commend the Otumfo, the Ashanti Hene, for how he has devoted to offer himself and help bring lasting peace, not only to Bawku or wherever, but I'm sure whenever he is called on at whatever time. And this is also to let us know that indeed when it comes especially to matters that relate to tradition, it cannot also only or always take law. And this is because certain precedents and culture deserve some strong preservation. And it is a reason why, for instance, there were times in the past where people ask questions, why are these people fighting? Then they say it is because of just this, it is because of just that. But it is something, we trivialize it because we are not there. And nobody should under any circumstance glorify any form of conflict under any circumstance, because there are never any beneficiaries that would last forever. There would only be momentous beneficiaries which keep switching from one party to the other and all of that. And I think that we need to find a definite and decisive solution to matters of conflicts, violence in the country, and most especially in the northern part of our country. And this, I am sure, they would also agree with us that even including those who partake in it actively, that it is not their intention to foment trouble or violence and all of that, but misunderstandings, mistrusts, amongst other things, result into these instances. And there's a need for us to now not only want to find a solution to a particular problem that arises, but to see how we can preach to them the need for harmonious living, the need for coexisting, the need for peace, and the need for them to accommodate each other. Because I have for some very long time wondered why. And again, I am sure that many will agree with me that these are some of the reasons why, even as a nation, we need to intensify education. And education is not only by means of being in the four walls, the four corners of a classroom, but you recall during the time of Jerry Rawlings when is it non-formal education? Or the ones, yeah, we need to bring that back. We really need that back, because you see, when people begin to see the need to sit to appreciate things, for instance, when we were young, we were told that you don't sing when in the bathroom, but if not, something will come and take your voice, or you don't whistle at night, and you don't use alata seminar in the night because something will come and pick you. But as we all grow, we come to realize that some of these things were very strongly held traditions, but apparently it didn't have that much gravitas as we're made to believe. Because if you go into the details of some of the root causes of some of these conflicts, you will realize that sometimes you'll be told that because of some witchcraft, because of this action or that and all that. And eventually, you who is educated sometimes be like, oh, come on, is that it? Oh, no. So there's a need for us to intensify this or revamp this non-formal sector education. And I am glad that we have none other than Honorable Haruna Idrisu, who also comes from the north, being the sector minister. And I pray, and I will not only say this here, but I'll find even the best avenue to reach out to him and see what ways can we shore up, reintroduce this, and find ways to integrate this into our system, so that our older folks, our mothers and fathers, would also find time once in a day or in a week or twice in a week to begin to have this kind of non-formal education. That aside, we need to preach to our young folks also the need for them to give peace a lasting chance. And to some of those who take delight in this kind of conflict because they watch movies and people use machetes to slash other people, and they think that is a moment for them to practicalize what they would see on TV. We cannot also rule out the fact that there are factions or certain people who are brought in these either as mercenaries to combat on behalf of others, and some also the use of drugs, etc. I will again commend the police, the IGP also. I have seen how they are trying to crack down on drug use in the northern part, and not only northern part, but the whole of Ghana. We again need to also look at the fact that the entire country suffers when these things happen. Budgetary allocations, the health budgets, the economy in that area. So when you are even posting national service personnel or posting doctors or people are seeking jobs, those enclaves become no-go areas for them. And it cannot be a way to seek or to continue to develop as a country. So there are a lot of negative effects to these. We also lastly must appeal to our traditional authorities especially. And just as I commend again the Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II for his constant readiness to mediate in these matters, we also need to give our traditional authorities in these places the chance and also let them know that, look, sometimes, just as when we are their children and we bring issues to them for mediation, they are able to arbitrate and tell us that, look, Elvis, you are right, but because you are the elder one, we want you to allow Ibrahim to have the day because he is a younger one. Over time, he will come to appreciate. So why is it that when it comes to mediation and matters come to their palace, they are able to mediate? Then when it becomes between one clan and the other, or then it becomes very difficult. We need to have people who would, you see, we now need to not, I won't say go beyond the Otumfuo, but we need to now bring mediating experts who can truly sit and look at the genesis of all this. And we must not now be looking at only the Kusasis and the Mamproses. We should look at the other ones.
Right.
So that when even we are mediating these matters, now let's bring all of them. And say, you see, what you are having today, a similar one is what happened between these people seated on your left. Similar happened in a decade or two ago with these people also. Yeah. This is how we solved it. That is how we solved it. There's some relative peace. It seems it still appears a bit volatile though, but there's some lasting peace. Yeah. We want you all to emulate this, that. Let us eschew this and that. Let us communicate to our young people to know that we are all one people. And you see, that is why when this non-formal education is coming in and all of that, eventually, look, all kudos to Honorable Mahama Ayariga and Osman Ayariga. When these things was happening, I saw Ayariga made a post and I was very impressed that, hey, his mother, both parents come from
either side.
From either side. So where does it belong? He cannot fight. And so you see, when we have a non-formal education and all of these, what it means is that understanding all these matters very well will also break some of the traditional jinx, where others think that you cannot marry this man, you cannot marry that woman, you cannot marry in that family. But when we begin to now educate ourselves and realize that we are all descendants of Adam and Eve after all.
True.
And so when I can marry from your home, you can marry from mine, we can relate, and I know that my children can grow and give you opportunity. You can come to my house and play
etc., we'll begin to see ourselves as one people.
Yeah.
Then eventually that will be achieved. So we need a stronger commitment. I am convinced that President Mahama would want to also see an end to these. And I am saying that we are even happy that we have a president who comes from the northern part. We have a minister of the education who comes from the northern part. We have other people also who are very eminent within government from there.
Yeah.
And this will be a clarion call on all of them to play very instrumental role in ensuring that lasting peace is brought there. I don't want to be told to go to Bawku and I'll be like, Charlie, I'm not sure I want to go there today because I don't think. I want to feel so free because I know the northern people are one of the nicest people. If they like you, they like you. If they do not like you, too, they do not like you. And so throughout my student life, I have related with them and seen that as my second home. So I do not think this needs to go on. We are appealing to all of you young men who are in the northern enclave. There is no better enjoyment. There is nothing rewarding from violence. There's nothing rewarding from conflict. There's only one Ghana we have. When you embark on war and all this violence, you suffer. You leave yourself behind in the development agenda because what needs to come to you in terms of growth or development is rather spent to now rehabilitate or resurrect and do all other things. So please, just give peace a chance. Just give peace a chance.
Very well. Thank you. Elvis, you wrap it up and then we can do the mining issue.
In every serious country, there's what you call the historical society. And they are made to write the history of the country devoid of any biases. I think that it's about time we write as a country the history of Ghana, each clan, and in the Bawku case, we need to have a fair representation of the history of that place. If we have that, and as Elikem has said, and we make public education about it for people to know that this is the true history of the area, it helps the people even there. It will surprise you that if you should go and conduct a survey in that area and ask both the Mampus and Kusasis what is the true history of that area, some don't even know anything about the history. They are only doing this based on emotions. Few that know something about me also slant it to favor themselves. So if we will be able to ensure that there's a very fair, truthful history of the area, even those of us who are not from there will now have it clear in our mind that this is what happened in the area. With the colonial masters' intervention and the things they did, we all know that colonial masters, when they come, they want to bring confusion so that they can have their way. How they distorted things in certain times, everything needs to be written down there so that it will be clear to everybody that this is it. And the Otunfuo's report, I'm not saying that they've not done a good job, but what I realized, my observation, and why I think the Nairi reacted was that this is supposed to be a mediation.
Yes.
But when you read the report or you listen to Otunfuo speak, it's as if though they've done a mediation, they are asking for legal enforcement. Because the Otunfuo report, when he was presented, he said that government should enforce the law, which is referring to the Supreme Court ruling, which we know had not worked. It had not worked. It has not solved the problem. That's why mediation was done. So at that point, I was a bit skeptical that if it's mediation, it's not an arbitration that you are giving a ruling. It's a mediation. So I didn't expect the call on government to enforce to come in. If you ask me, if we are really going by the principle of mediation, I would have thought that they would have presented that, oh, in principle, we have achieved something, but we believe that what we've done so far will not bring the solution, and that they are recommending that we take further steps to do A, B, C, D, to a point where one day we'll see the Nairi and then the Bokunaba greeting each other and saying that we want peace to prevail and that we have agreed. That was what I was expecting at the presidency, but the Nairi was not there, the Bokunaba was not there. So I asked myself, how are we telling the world that there's going to be peace when the two key figures.
The two of them should have been there in person.
Should have been there in person.
Not their reps.
You see, that would have sent a signal to their people that if our leaders have agreed, then it means that there's no room, there's no need to fight. So the hardliners behind all these conflicts will now be scared and say, hey, if the two key figures have gone out there and said they want this to happen, it would have happened. And I believe that that will only happen if we allow the mediation to travel longer than we have done. If the Otufo's report did not say the enforcement of laws, if it did not say that Burkina Faso should be recognized as the rightful king at the moment, because I believe that in mediation, these things should not be like somebody detecting. As I say, it's not like it's not like an arbitration where you are given a ruling. This is a mediation. So I believe that the period we had was not enough to achieve what we wanted, and we should have taken our time, and the report should have said that, look, for now, in principle, both parties agree that what is happening there was needless. However, for us to get to a lasting solution and peace, a lot more needs to be done, and that we should be given more time so that they work to a point where Nairi and Bokunaba will be willing and agreed that we want to go public for everybody to see that we, the two leaders, have decided that from now on there shouldn't be violence. It is only at that point that we can have some peace. Because at that point, if anybody goes to misbehave, now Bokunaba, if it happens and it is his people, you condemn it. And if it is Nairi's people, you condemn it, because the two of them have decided that enough is enough. We think that a lot has been done behind the scenes, and at this point we have come out publicly to commit to the whole world that we think that we are going in peace. But when the report is saying government should enforce, that enforcement to now was something that did not work. That's why we are still having the violence. If we say Burkina should be recognized as the overlord of the area, that is the reason why there's a fight. So if we are doing mediation and we have done a mediation, I didn't think that this should be coming from the report. I think this should be like the Nairi and Bokunaba speaking, and Nairi says, this is where we have gotten to. I've agreed and I've recognized that Bokunaba is the overlord of Boku. And the Bokunaba will say, I've also agreed that Nairi is the overlord of the area. We want to work with this principle and go out in peace. I believe that this can be achieved if we take more time in the mediation process. But the mediation report was sounding like an arbitration ruling. And I believe that in my view, that might have angered the Nairi. Maybe at the meeting, he might have agreed to certain things, but he was expecting that it's a mediation, and therefore there will not be statement of pronouncement about enforcement and those things. He may be thinking that, oh, they say in principle we have agreed to work and achieve some peace, but when the report finally comes out, it's like it's an arbitration rule. It means that he will feel like he has been betrayed in a way, because he sees a mediation different from an arbitration. But the report is sounding as if it's an arbitration, and for that ruling, for that reason, whatever he might have said at the mediation, you will now go back on it and said, that is not what I meant. If I said it, I am looking at from the perspective of a mediation and not an arbitration. And at the end of the mediation, it's the two parties who must come together and say that at the end of the mediation, this is what we have agreed. It shouldn't be a report that is directing what should be done. And I think that was what I think had gone wrong. And it's not too late. It's not too late. The president can say that, yes, the Otufor has presented his report, but this is supposed to be a mediation. So the aspect of an enforcement, for now, government is holding on. Government wants to continue with the mediation process and come up with other angles to the mediation process. Probably maybe 5 years from now, mediation for 5 years from now, maybe we may achieve that. But if we want to just end it at this report, we will have to have the peace we need.
The Otufor did request of the president to allow the process to continue, suggesting that the presentation of the report was not an end in itself to the mediation process. But the government, in endorsing the report, if you like, voted some money for the redevelopment, rebuilding of Bawku. Now that pockets of violence are erupting, what becomes of this? Should we still commit these monies?
I mean, the 1 billion cities revitalization fund is very key.
Indeed.
And
but should be installed until...
Of course, definitely. I mean, you don't build a house with the fire next to it.
Exactly.
By the time you finish building the house is burned down. So all your money is now up in flames. But it's a good directive because it helps to cure one of the beneficiaries of this conflict. And what is the beneficiaries? Yeah, as I say, idle hands. Is it the devil makes work for the idle hands? Something to that expect. And Bawku has really been on the receiving end of this conflict, in the sense that development, investment, never mind foreign investment, even local investment. You know, let's ask Ghana Club 100. Those companies, how many of them are in
Bawku.
the Bawku area? And I'm talking the companies that we know, you know, Tropical Cable. I'm just giving some names out here. You know, the banks, telecoms in terms of establishing proper headquarters or regional headquarters there, the telecoms that we have, and so on and so forth. The blue skies. I mean, I can go on and on, just giving an array of companies. I've been to Bawku on 3 occasions.
Right.
And I've not seen the infrastructure that we see in other areas. When I say infrastructure, I'm talking businesses and commerce. You know, established Ghanaian companies or foreign companies investing in that area.
Yeah.
To the detriment of our people, our brothers and sisters in Bawku. So definitely, it's a good way to connect the dots and to give some kind of incentive. I'm talking that the government's investment for the 1 billion cities revitalization is a very good move. It can help to somehow create that economic space that will allow for that political understanding to come about. Why do I say so? Imagine you and I are working in a factory. Our brothers, our sisters, our wives, and so on and so forth are all working. We are workmates. We are gainfully employed. We create an ecosystem whereby through our work we jaw, even though we're maybe different size, Mamprosis and Kosasis. I'm just giving that dichotomy.
Right.
You know, employment, I mean, and everywhere, when you have farming communities, they're oftentimes ethnic based. You know, you and your group will farm, me and my group will farm. But when it comes to work doesn't know your ethnicity. It just knows, are you capable to deliver your energies to this organization? And if so, you'll be employed. And that creates what? Camaraderie.
Yeah.
You know, and we have it in our workplaces. We get on so well, we speak each other's language. When it's lunchtime, we go to the same chop bar and we create that friendship, that bond that can then transcend those, you know, tribal differences that we have. And so sometimes this has to be a multifaceted journey in achieving peace in Bawku, and one of them is this: getting the economic revitalization working that brings communities together, and whereby we don't see ourselves as you're Kusasi, I'm Mamprosi, you're Kusasi. We are workmates, and relationships grow from there. That which can be an asset to the political stroke traditional efforts that the Asantehene is making so wonderfully for us to achieve lasting peace in the region.
Well, Elegam, now that this revitalization money has already been voted, can we force development of the place on the people and use this development to broker a peace deal?
I think we can, but if we're not careful also, it may also end up dissipating the public purse. Because imagine that you put up structures such as a hospital, a clinic, or school, and in the middle of these brouhaha, they go burning down these facilities, causing so much
that would be
damage.
A waste of public funds.
That would be. And that is why I strongly believe that there's a need for a lot of education. And I also came to the realization, in agreement with Elvis, that there is a need for us to call both parties together to be actively involved, participatory in every process. I am not sure. I didn't, in fact, it's not that I didn't care, but I felt when these matters happen, I try to just stay off a bit because I pray peace is brought. When His Majesty Otumfuo presented the report, I don't know if the other chiefs the two sides were present.
I think Nana mentioned that the representatives.
Reps.
Well, whatever be the case. So there maybe whether maybe they agreed in that way, whatever. But I think we need to, like said, when there's some mediation, the outcomes or expectations also are different when there's actually arbitration.
Yeah.
So that both parties look at this carefully. I believe there's no problem that is greater than human, that is greater or beyond human solution. We may just not have been able to strike the right chord yet.
Indeed.
And so we should keep trying. We should keep trying.
Right.
And for instance, while we are involving, I'm not preempting, while we're involving the chief, the Otumfo, we should involve other negotiation experts, alternative dispute resolution experts, and legal people, and other traditional authorities who understand the culture of the northern enclave. So that when you are trying to do this, you don't resolve this when it again another. So we bring it to an end in one way or the other. And it's long overdue. We should. You see, the more these things are happening, it has the tendency or the potential of fomenting other troubles, becoming a fertile ground for miscreant, fertile grounds for, call it even terrorism and all that. That is the height of what these things can go. It may not be now, but if we do not curtail it, then in a decade to come, in a century to come, we may not be there, but it can result into something of that nature.
Well, let's take a few quick messages. This one says, good morning, Nana. This Bawku issue, I see that the government needs to create another region for them that can separate the fight for us. If any of the chiefs has a kingdom, I don't think the fight will regenerate. Okay, this is Eric Bayo from Tachiman South. Good morning, I am Abdul Rashid Tikuma, watching from Tamale. I want to comment on the Bawku mediation issue, but before I start, I would like to draw everyone's attention to why Cletus Avoka started speaking days to the presentation of the mediation outcome and stopped when the pronouncement was made. And on the another hand, why is the Nairi rejecting the outcome of the mediation if it properly captures what was discussed? Okay, at least both sides should be given an opportunity to tell the country what was discussed there. Okay, he says, just like your panelists have said, we have baked the half bread instead of the whole bread. Okay, this one says, good morning, Nana. Regarding the Bawku chieftaincy matter, it is our politicians that are directly causing this. I say this because when you're seeking power and clearly states to one faction that so and so is the only recognized chief of the area, you create confusion. When the mediation ends up being an arbitration, the losing party will find it difficult to accept it. All right, keep sending in your messages and we'll do our best to read them. Let's move into the matter of mining and royalties and this slide scale royalty framework that the government seeks to introduce. I'll read a quick story from citynewsroom.com, which says government introduces sliding scale mining royalties under new regulations. The government has laid before Parliament the Minerals and Mining Royalty Regulations 2025, aimed at introducing variable royalty bands for gold, lithium, and other minerals to better align state revenues with global commodity price movements. The legislative instrument, LI, establishes a sliding scale framework that allows royalty rates to be adjusted in response to fluctuations in international market prices, enabling the state to benefit more during periods of high commodity prices. Now, explaining the policy, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibua, said that based on current market conditions, lithium attracts a royalty rate of 7%, which could rise to as much as 12% if prices increase significantly. In addition, the regulations introduce a 1% community development fund to support infrastructure projects in the Mfantsiman municipality and other communities. Elvis, so I mean, this looks good. So it means when prices go up, royalties will also go up. However, we know that the percentage of royalties that is a percentage of the overall returns made by made from the mining or by the mining company. And this particular LI seems to speak about when prices go up and doesn't say anything about when prices come down. So your thoughts on this?
See, we are a country with natural resources in minerals. But we have not managed our mineral resources well. If we want to manage it well, we have to have a very, very detailed and comprehensive discussion, okay, and pick on what really will be of benefit to us. At the same time, does not drive away investment. Because if we drive away investment based on our own actions, yet we can't invest in bringing out the resources, we are gaining nothing.
True.
Because where they are, the question, how did we bring in foreigners? We allow foreigners to come because we believe and we have admitted as a country that we are incapable of making the kind of investment that is needed in order to get the resources out. You understand it? We don't want to invest in exploration because you may invest $200 million in exploration, and when you are done, you said the report says that it is not commercially viable. It means that $200 million is gone. So government doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And government say private people should do it so that when they don't find commercial minerals, it means that they are at a loss. And we don't do all these things. But when the revenue is coming in, that is where we are only interested in. There are several proposals that have come. IEA, for example, will tell you that forget about everything. Let's do a production sharing agreement. That let's Ghana and whichever company you are bringing in invest equally into all the processes from the exploration, production, and everything. And then when you get it and you take out all the expenses, what is left, then we share.
Right.
That is what the IES says. Others have suggested that we should use our minerals, the concession as equity in the businesses. Normally, the law now says, current law is that we have 10% current interest in every mining concession. Truth of the matter is that, see, something that we have not spoken about and we have all not really questioned for all this while is that we have no transparent way of tracking how revenue that mining companies pay to the government of Ghana is used. You see, meanwhile, they've been mining these minerals for decades before oil. But today, we can track any dollar that has been paid from all revenue to the government because there's a Petroleum Revenue Management Act that says that every dollar that is paid from oil, these are the established ways that the state can use the money.
Right.
So when we are tracing how oil money is used, we are able to say this amount went here, this amount went here. Unfortunately, for the mineral sector, we have not done that. So the minerals company, they've paid so much money to the government, and then nobody can trace that the money paid by the minerals sector to the government, this went here or this went there.
And then the recent reports was some 54.7 billion cedis.
That is just in 11 years. In fact, Ghana has the highest corporate tax in the mining sector of 35%. No country charges 35% as corporate tax for mining. So when you put all the payments they make to the state in 11 years, I did that story, it's over 54 billion.
Yeah.
The question is, if we pay 54 billion as a sector in the mining to government, can anybody, is there any transparent way of knowing how government use that money? So you see, it is not about what they have laid in parliament. What they've laid in parliament now is not going to guarantee, because still there's no transparent way of saying that with the sliding scale, when the money comes, how is it used? Do you understand? And this is the reason why we've all concluded that mining is not contributing to our development. The reason we have concluded is because there's no transparent way of knowing what mining monies that are paid to government are used for. You see, in the 11 years, royalties alone was over 15 billion. Okay, corporate income tax over 30 billion. You ask if 11 years, companies in the mine have paid 15 billion to government in terms of royalties. Where did the money go? When the very communities where the mining takes place are in poor conditions, because per the laws of Ghana, the royalty that goes to the land where the thing is found actually goes to the landowner. So if it's a family land, the money goes only to the family. Unless it is two land, and then they say the land is owned by the whole community, then the money goes to the two. But if it's a family land or an individual's land, the money goes to that family, so it doesn't benefit the whole community. So that arrangement itself is what we should be looking at. Why is it that the owner of the land or the family that owns the land takes all the percentage of royalties that is supposed to go to? But what about the entire community? Because once money comes there, cost of living goes up. people's source of livelihood change. A lot of things happen to the people in the community, but then there is no guaranteed process to say, per this revenue management act for the mineral sector, if the royalty that goes to the landowner is this percentage should actually be dedicated to community development.
Well, this LI has that 1% community development fund.
We should be talking about. Why 1%? Why 1%? That's the place where all the work is done. So why is it that we are dedicating only 1% to that development? So for me, as I said, let's have a bigger conversation. You see, for the oil we found it in the sea.
Yeah.
It is not in like any particular community. It's not offshore.
So it's not for
onshore.
family.
Yeah, it's not for it's not like onshore. It's offshore. It's in the sea. So then no particular community is like, you understand it. But for gold, diamond, it is
in the land of something.
You understand? Yeah. So we should have a greater conversation, and then we'll come up and say, okay, it's not about whether sliding scale or not. Can we have a minerals revenue management act, just as we have a petroleum revenue management act, and say that now if revenues are paid to the states, whether it is income tax, whether it is royalties, it should go into a particular management strategy to say that, okay, if government has made, last year for instance, because of the rising scale of rising price of gold, government with the taxes and the royalties, government made 17 billion in 2024. The one thing is, why is the transparent way of tracking that this amount went here? So it is not. I think the government should take it. We should take it if we want to get it and get it right. This must go with a revenue management act. You understand? So even if we are accepting this and we are going by this, let's add a revenue management act. Now, if this has come, if 1% is going to the, is it enough? I don't think it's enough. I think we can have maybe 5% going to the community. Let's do a better and a bigger work on this thing. Let's not rush and go and pass something.
Very well. Thank you. Let me take a quick break here. I'll come back to the gentlemen on the table, and then we'll take their thoughts on this sliding scale, if you like, mining royalties under the new regulations being introduced. But you can also send us your thoughts and your comments. This is Breakfast Daily. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Verna is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Jolly Verna, no stress, just sip. Jolly Verna, no stress, just sip.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, Auntie Abena. You won't believe what just happened. Grandma received her 4 TVs. 4 TVs? Yes, 4. Okay, I'm coming.
I'm not.
It's like a scammer now. You are using it to spread grandma like that. Spread grandma? 4 TVs, 2 fridges, microwave. Abba, why? You want to open an electrical shop for her?
Hey, no! It's a regular 100 cities I send her.
I'm sure it's Uncle Atu.
Let's call him.
Atu? Why? Why are you spreading a grandma with appliances?
Me? Spread who? When? How? Please, it could be Amma. Let's call her.
Let me call her. Hello? Oh, no, why? What are you saying? Appliances for grandma. Why? Hey, it's not you.
Critical.
Let's call grandma.
Hello?
Hello, grandma. So who is buying all those stuff for you?
Call me Granny Cash. Grandma knows the go for the luckiest. If they told me 5 hours are here, When I buy ticket 100 cedis, I pay them small or big. I automatically get my free gift.
Yes, so with the luckiest, anytime you buy tickets up to 100 cedis, whether small or at once, you are guaranteed to win a free gift. TV sets, fridges, hampers, airtime, cash. Remember to dial *712#, choose option 4 and follow the prompt. With the luckiest, everybody wins.
Freshness redefined with Franco refrigerators. Imagine a refrigerator that keeps your food fresher and longer. Enjoy advanced features like the multi-air flow technology for optimal cooling, the smart humidity control for moisture levels, the fast freeze function for rapid cooling, and the energy efficient control for reduced power consumption. We have the double-decker freezers in different types. We also have the chest freezers in different types. We have the tabletop freezers. Get yourself a refrigerator from Franco and you will never regret. For online purchasing, just visit our website at www.francotrading.com. Call the numbers on the screen for bulk purchasing and any assistance. Franco refrigerators, freshness redefined.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations results in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu off the M1 highway or any of our regional offices.
Meet James. James has been searching for happiness for years. So we asked locals to point him to the source of their happiness. Until one fateful night, when his search finally came to an abrupt end. Find your happy place with GoTV. Get GoTV to enjoy a wide range of shows for the whole family. GoTV. Love it.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. We're having the news review segment. We've invited your thoughts, your comments, and of course your messages. A few of them have come in. We've seen them coming in, some quite long. We've seen them. We'll find time to read all of them for you, especially regarding the Bawku matter. But the underlying factor is that we are all looking for peace in the area, and we are all praying that indeed all factions come together to ensure that there's lasting peace in the area. Now, let me come to you, Elikem, on this matter of the sliding scale regarding mining royalties. What are your thoughts? From my understanding, and I could be wrong, it's as though the sliding scale will only benefit us when there's an increase in the price of the commodity. However, when prices fall, we are not sure what becomes of it.
Not necessarily, because even if it falls and there's still some royalties being paid, there's still a benefit anyway.
But so would that be at the agreed rates?
Yeah.
But we tend to benefit more.
That is it.
When the prices go
up. That is just it. But I think that, you know, in every stage in a country's life, we would always need to review. Listening to Elvis, I took snippets of or nuggets of wisdom from some of the things that he put across, that we need to have put in appropriate measures to manage our revenues from minerals, etc. And it will interest you to know, I am of the view that even the sand is a mineral.
Oh, it is.
It is, indeed.
It's a mineral.
Yeah.
Then I'm right. Because if you look at the construction ongoing now and all of that, they all need sand to pave the ways. But how well have we articulated, let alone talk about that sand, so that when
even clay now,
when the
there's a place called Togome. Mining clay there to be used in cement production.
So that when even the contractors are moving to fetch or sand from wherever, the appropriate processes are gone through in order to ensure that. So yes, we're moving from one step to the other. And I think that one person I must commend sincerely is Honorable Emmanuel Amakufibua. If you look at how tirelessly he's been on the furnace, just trying to get things done, not only because of these, the Galamsey fight, Valco is there, Gizdek, Giadek, and all of these. So it appears that the bedrock of Ghana's development as we speak, that whole hub lies on the shoulder of the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Then secondly, having gained even the trust of the President to again be made a caretaker Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. Fortunately, these two ministries have some connections, which makes it better for him to also be able to appreciate things very well. I just sincerely would want to commend him for how he has handled that in this 1 year. You see, when you look at what is being said, I am impressed again, where I have a little departure, but I agree again with Elvis, is where he said, why should it be 1%
for the community development?
We always must start from somewhere. I also hold the same view. We must be looking at something substantial for them. But sometimes, in areas we are looking at, maybe 1% is quantum, if you would have to look at what figures we're talking about. And mind you, don't forget that apart from saying that 1% of that is just coming directly from that to benefit. Whatever the nation's kitty is supposed to cater for regions and towns, etc., they all benefit again anyway. It just so happens
so it adds up to it.
It adds up to it anyways. But yes, we must begin. I mean, there's been times where we have all cried that even all the royalty agreements we have signed in the past have not benefited us because we feel we have been ripped off. Are we saying that as a country we should make one huge sacrifice and say, okay, as for this one, even if it is $10 billion, let us make sure we find that money and invest solely in that, because we believe that the benefits out of that will again have rippling effects to make up for the previous losses and all of that. So I believe strongly that this is equally also a step in the right direction, and also given the fact that we would have to, it's been revised and been relayed. So it tells you that there are some considerations again being done and not just a one-man show. So we would be moving from there. Yes, it is not as though there's a rush, but there's something that must be put on the table now. As we begin to move and there are some teething problems again associated, quickly and swiftly, we should be able to look at how we resolve all those things to move forward as a country. The greater good to all of this is to ensure that the Ghanaian benefit from it.
True.
That is it.
True. Ibrahim, sliding scale on mining royalties.
We have just gone on the wrong agenda. If this is the reset, I don't want to know what the calibration is. How on earth can government somehow take us backwards instead of forwards? Let me explain. What the NPP agreed was 10% royalty, 13% carried interest. That means you own part of the company, the concession. Okay, the 1% community development was also inside there. 35% corporate tax was also inside there. And then you come and tell us the reason why you are now going back to the 5% and the sliding scale, this amorphous sliding scale, is because it was against the law. That's what they said. That the deal had not gone through Parliament. Am I right? How false is that? It's an out and out lie. July 16th, 2024, 6 months to the election, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Abu Jinapo, laid it before Parliament for debate. July 16th, 2024. Then in November, it came before the committee and there were some delays on the opposition then side. When we are, and this Atlantic Lithium, or is it Bavari? They'd agreed to it. In Chile, they're getting 40% based on lithium carbonate exceeding $4,000 per ton. Bolivia, they have a state, a state-led model, whereby they actually a majority partner within there. So it's not royalties that they're dealing with. Zimbabwe has moved to 50%, not royalties, but processed products.
Okay.
So when you produce the lithium carbonates, they don't want your money. I'm talking Zimbabwe. They want 50% of the product. So they're building a strong mineral reserve facility. It's like you produce the gold for me. I don't want your money, your royalty. Refine the gold. I have the gold. When the prices go, I can sell the gold. Gold is now what, $140,000 per kilo. Zimbabwe, that we often criticize, smart enough to say we don't want the royalty. You process the thing, because Elvis is right. It does cost a lot of money to actually not only explore but actually produce the lithium. In Ghana here we have it from spodumene. Spodumene means it's in rock. If you go to Chile and Argentina, it's they use salt water to actually pump the water and then it alkalines and then they extract the lithium from it. So if Zimbabwe is doing this, we have collectively, when I say we, Ghana, under the MPP, had secured a fantastic deal which the company was fine with. And you want to say it's against the law? On which law? That didn't come to Parliament. It came to Parliament. And the 5% is baseline. I don't think any meaningful Ghanaian would say that, well, the law says 5%. Are we African or stupid? It says 5%. So the fact that you've agreed 13% carried interest, like what we own, 10% royalties, 35% corporate tax, Master, we don't want that. We want 5%. Are we going or coming? Then your sliding scale based upon and the amount of being achieved. I understand Australia has a sliding scale in their jurisdiction. But why do you want to somehow conform to something that is not in our interest?
But this sliding scale could take you as high up as 12%.
That's the cap. I just mentioned 40% to you. Why do you want to limit Ghana's growth? Because the Minerals Investment Fund, MIF, let's say I haven't written it down, but there's an act that allows by regulation for us to change, because it says, I think it's Act 280. Later I'll correct myself if I'm wrong in the naming of the act. The minerals are vested within the president of Ghana to maximize its benefit. That's the constitution.
Right.
Maximize the benefit. So there's no baseline. Was it Honorable Collins Dowda who mentioned that? Or
the 5.
About the 5%.
Yes.
Yes.
Collins Dowda during the presser. Yeah.
I mean, they say that, you know, at the is it the where did they divide Africa? The Treaty of what?
Germany bond.
Yeah, no, the Treaty of
1844.
Yes.
The bond of 1844.
Yeah. When they carved up Africa, and you had the honest broker from Germany, and the name will come back. Did they carve up our minds? Really? I mean, what kind of political, unnecessary, backward thinking is the NDC government doing in this lithium area? Elvis said that lithium is a future. It was discovered in 1817. Johann Augustus Arvidsson. Johann is a Swedish from Stockholm. Johann Augustus Arvidsson. That's his name. 1817. And what he discovered was that they took some minerals from Brazil, the pelletite. And he discovered that, hold on, this has metallic qualities, but separate to sodium or potassium. Lithium comes from the Greek word lithos, which means stone. And the lithium, like potassium and sodium, is because they were metallic alkali found in substances. This was found in stone, and lithium, lithos, and the connection there. 1817. But its power storing properties was first known or really discovered in 1972. It was by John Whittingham. He was a lab scientist working for Exxon, the fuel company. ExxonMobil. And he was working on batteries. How to make sure that they can have longer lasting batteries. They kept doing the tests and found that lithium stores a lot of batteries. It has a lot of ions that it wants to release. That's why it's lightweight, and you find it in your mobile phones, your laptops, now you have EV, electronic vehicles, because it's lightweight. The first EV, electronic vehicles, now was when? When do you think the first electronic driven car was invented? It's a question to you.
Well, you can help me with that.
I'll tell you, 1900.
Right.
Over 120 years ago. It was peerless battery. But they found out you needed 40 kilograms worth of battery to gain just a 40 kilometers distance.
Right.
So it was not effective. And the gas and the steam took over. I'm diverting, but I'm just trying to alert our viewers' minds. So what happened in the 1970 when you had the Egypt going to war with Israel and Jordan, and then America took the side of Israel, and what happened? Oil prices spiked up, you remember, the 1970s? And then ExxonMobil told John Whittingham, work on the battery area, because it's critical for us to move away from fossil fuel internal combustion engine. And that's how, the progress in lithium came about. And then you had John B. Goodenough also came in, added value, and then also you had Akiri Yoshino.
Right.
Those who are watching can Google it. My point is this. I wanted to add this to my discussion here. What are we doing in Africa whereby we sit down, we say we are the world's richest, we have all the resources, but we sit down, somebody far away, Stockholm, Sweden, is saying, what can I do with this? What is our own R&D doing in Africa? That we can look at all these, like I just mentioned it, sand. Sand is silica, produced in making what? Glass. So what are we doing to really invest in the resources that are around us? We just want to sit down, consume the intelligence of other people, and then say, hey, how dare you, rape me of my resources? What were you doing to invest and research and develop your own resources? We, Africa. Don't come and tell me that the foreigners are cheating you. You sat down. The thing was discovered 1817. Check the dates.
Yeah, but irrespective, if I have the resources and we are signing a contract, I should be able to, just as you mentioned, maximize.
Good. And that's what the government, that's what the Constitution says. And the NDC have taken us back. Why?
How so? This could go up as high as 12%.
Now you listen to me. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
You agreed to 10%.
Chile are getting 40%. And you telling me
that's Chile. I don't think they started just yesterday.
No, you see, when you say that, come with facts. Don't come with opinions. You can clearly see my submission that I've done my homework.
Yes.
Good.
So but did they start with 40%?
When you say that, I don't think they started yesterday. The fact that they started 2 decades ago means that where they are now, we are now in the system. So we should go back to where they started.
Starting from somewhere.
I'm coming. South Africa. Because Elvis talked about gold. Likewise, Elikem. South Africa, before the removal of apartheid, was the largest gold producer in the world. The Krugerrand or what have you. It slides between second and third now, because sometimes Ghana takes over and Mali takes over, depending on production rates per year. How much was South Africa getting? Remember, it was not state-owned. It belonged to the companies. But they were charging the corporate the government tax was 35% of the finished bullion, not the raw material, the ore.
Yeah.
That's how much South Africa were charging way back in the 60s and 70s when I was doing my research. 35% on bullion. The difference in bullion is so great. What you get at the ore level and the bullion, the processed gold, is different.
It's different, yeah.
So why are we here in Ghana, and I'm speaking for Africa generally, that we are so, I want to use my words in a decorous way, but we are so far behind the times. Some of us. It makes you wonder whether God should have given us these resources anyway. Because we don't have to maximize it when our constitution tells us to, Nana, and we sit back and having gained 35% corporate tax, 13% carried interest. That means you own 13% of Atlantic Lithium,
the concession,
company, the concession, and 10%
royalties.
Then NDC comes in, it's not right. It didn't go through Parliament, and I've just proven to you it went through Parliament. Hansard is there, July 16th, 2024. Honorable Abu Jinapo laid it before Parliament.
Was it ratified?
It was not ratified. It came to committee in November 2024. And through delays, I don't know what happened. It wasn't ratified. If it was not ratified, the company had agreed. Government is, legacy. Elikem will do to a part. I have to follow from Elikem. Then when I leave office, Elikem will continue and take it further than me.
Right.
And why on earth we did not do that? It begs my imagination.
Right. Thank you. We have just a few more minutes to go. And Elvis, quick thoughts on how Ibrahim is addressing this.
No, you see, as a country, I always say that we are doing things like every government comes and they think that they have to do it differently. You see, minerals royalty used to be 3 to 6%. But we found out that every company was paying only 3%. So we did some changing.
We were paying the minimum and not the maximum.
So we say now it should be 5%.
Right.
Okay. And then we gave a leeway that the minister can negotiate.
Right.
So when the Akufo-Addo government came to power, the policy of the Akufo-Addo was that Ghana was getting less than 20% from all concessions in the country. So the Akufo-Addo government, Ghana should not get less than 30%. That was a directive from the president that they want Ghana to make not less than 30% of mining royalties. That is how come the negotiations changed, where royalties have now gone up and the current interest. Current interest used to be 10%.
Right.
But because they wanted to achieve that 30%, they put in new things like the 1% for community
development.
Yeah, increase current interest to 13%, increase royalty, just so that Ghana can gain more. This was a policy by the previous government. The NDC came to power. I was thinking that if the previous government has into that policy and they are able to negotiate with investors and are achieving something between 20%, and they are looking at further actions which are also in the contract that will make it 30%.
Right.
I think that we should just continue with that and even possibly look at getting more than the 30%. So I don't think that this idea of government, that was in Ghana, we are not doing things like a nation that wants to get there. Because every government comes and we think that we don't have a holistic approach to say, maybe by the year 2030, Ghana should own 50% of everything from the natural resource. And this is how we are going about it. I think that's why I said that we need to have a bigger conversation about this. You see, our prosperity is linked only to natural resources and agriculture. And therefore we should have a national conversation about this.
Let me give Elikem a final say on this.
Yeah, Nana, you see, if you listen to Ibrahim, virtually nothing has changed much from what the agreement has been, except for the concern that why would you reverse
the royalties from 10% to 5%.
And reason has been adduced to that effect. Mind you, we are trying to lose sight of the fact that just like gold, prices fluctuate. And so it may be sounding so good to you that let it at 10%, and so, but it will not remain so forever.
I see that the challenge here is that the royalty is not a percentage of the price. It's a percentage on the total revenue.
Yes, I agree. But when we are putting in a slight scale, what this tells you, which I believe that he understands equally, is that so when this is on the rise, you also get to benefit more from it. Well, you may have a genuine concern to say, okay, so why do we cap it at 12? Maybe you should go further. And it is not even cast in stone to mean that this is a finality forever and ever. Mind you, the fact that we have an interest in believing that these must be valued at 10 cities
does not mean that even if the law says it should not go beyond 5, I am saying because then you would have to to go through due process to make sure you are in conformity with what the law actually says.
Right.
And so when you are trying to conform to that, don't say that because I am Ghanaian and I am fighting for Ghana's interest. Look, let me give this example. That you could be doing something so right to defend your motherland.
Yeah.
But if found out eventually that you use the wrong means to achieve that, you have still committed an offense.
Very well.
And so that is basically what it is. And so even though I share in the concerns that the two of them raised, I don't think that in law they say you're trying to put something on nothing. And that cannot be the way.
Very well.
So it can be
Very
done.
well. Thank you, Elikem. Ibrahim.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yes. I think government should put Ghana's interests first. Elikem sort of echoed what I was saying, that why even cap it at 12%? You know, we need to really make sure that we own our own resources.
True.
And I'll just 5-10 seconds more, to invest in a lithium carbonate. That's when you crush it and get the carbonate. It'll cost you between 400 million to 1.5 billion dollars. That's the whole plant infrastructure. Look at it, 400 million to 1.5 billion. Per the reserves we have now, and the revenue that was supposed to generate from this 5%, it'll be 6.6 billion. Concession. Look at that. $6.6 billion is our revenue based upon the 5%.
Yeah.
Now, the cost of us developing our own plant is $400 million to 1.5. So I know that I'm making $6 billion per the reserves. There are more to come.
Right.
Why can't we borrow $3 billion from the IMF?
So we should go in and invest and own it.
Yes.
Very well.
That's what I want. And
Ibrahim,
we
have to leave it here.
chain.
Unfortunately, we have to leave it here. But thank you so much, Ibrahim. Thank you, Elikem. Thank you, Elvis. This has been the News Review segment here on Breakfast Daily. Thank you so much for your messages as well. But please don't go away. The show continues after this.
This Christmas, let the road you travel lead you to a place where comfort meets magic. Welcome to Peduasi Valley Resort, where the ultimate Christmas experience awaits. Indulge in a relaxing massage at our luxurious lavender spa, or revitalize yourself with a refreshing workout at our fitness center. We promise the most rejuvenating Christmas ever. Savor sumptuous continental and local breakfast options to begin your day right. Our lunch and dinner buffet with the live band music offer the finest Christmas delicacies to make your festive season unforgettable. Don't miss our special Super Soul night and DJ night with friends. Ready for some adventure? Explore our zoo and playground where fun knows no bounds. When it's time to wind down, take advantage of our special room packages available exclusively this festive season. For reservations, call 0540-125-555 or 0540-125-554. Peduasi Valley Resort. Live life.
Hello, Auntie Abena. You won't believe what just happened. Grandma received her 4 TVs. 4 TVs? Yes, 4. Okay, I'm coming.
I've not.
It's like a scammer now. You are using it to spread grandma like that. Spread grandma? 4 TVs, 2 fridges, microwave. Abba, could you why? You want to open an electrical shop for her?
Hey, no! It's a regular 100 cities I send her.
I'm sure it's Uncle Atu.
Let's call him.
Atu? Why? Why are you spreading a grandma with appliances?
Me? Spread who? When? How? Please, it could be Amma.
Let's call Amma.
Let me call her. Hello? Oh, why? What are you saying? Appliances for grandma. Why? Hey, it's not real.
Critical.
Let's call grandma.
Hello?
Hey, grandma. So who is buying all those stuff for you?
Call me Granny Cash. Grandma knows the Bawku, the luckiest. If they do me 5 hours here, when I buy ticket 100 cedis, I pay them small or big. I automatically get my free gift.
Yes, so with the luckiest, anytime you buy tickets up to 100 cedis, whether small or at once, you are guaranteed to win a free gift. TV sets, fridges, hampers, airtime, cash. Remember to dial *712#, choose option 4 and follow the prompt. With the luckiest, everybody wins.
Unbelievable. Said you have to sit here and Mama Kai or baby and wow! Hello, Miss World.
Hello, Ajimara.
Now I hear now what to say.
Me who yo, madam for be ho e classy. Many ne ye niam adoso.
Me nya nan ka me wogana. No so me talk. No wiasia na ma be play electronic shop bi a kire say. Said you have to sit here no. Na ohunfo nyini ene shower mani so say. Me ba better gold, diamond, jewels, nickels, pearls, blinkers, everything. I'm a guy.
Shimmery of international waters.
Wow. Obwa, onye bochire bia.
Obwa wani breno.
Yenko na mko so.
Ita bro chene ni.
Sister, Electroland Ghana Limited showroom for Krani, Kasi Kumase, Omo when you say Samsung, TCL, Media, and a NASCO product. I don't know when you Omo, able to say Kaswa, Asamai, Makasim, Tamale, Sprinters, Coca-Cola.
It's mean I'm coming to tell you to the Aswami say bam.
Private jet no kwani. Be see me na me ba. Let's bygone be bygone. Hey, and you man wo person we wa bia. We
yo yebeyi.
Electroland Ghana, home of electronics and affordable luxury.
Hello, my dear friend. I am happy to invite you to our 31st December night Jesus Encounter service. It's going to be a night filled with the presence of God, the power of God, and the grace of God. Jesus said that without me you can do nothing, but with God all things are possible. It means that when we do without God, we will be frustrated. But on the 31st, if we encounter the presence of God and we allow God to lead us into the new year, we will move into great possibilities, mighty and wonderful things in the new year 2026. I am inviting you, especially together with your family and your friends. The place to be is the Camp Elim Main Auditorium, North Legon. The presence of God is going to be strong and powerful. Come with your family. Let us move over into 2026. 054 054 7000. See you here.
Meet James. James has been searching for happiness for years. So we asked locals to point him to the source of their happiness. Until one fateful night, when his search finally came to an abrupt end. Find your happy place with GoTV. Get GoTV to enjoy a wide range of shows for the whole family. GoTV. Love it.
right, it's a beautiful Monday morning and it's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. You are welcome. As you already know, Nana Tufo started up the show with some politics, and now we're going to be bringing some infotainment, information, entertainment, and everything that you need to know, and that comprises of a beautiful, beautiful morning show. So stay tuned. My name is Chris Carter.
My name is Philip Nilati. It is a beautiful morning like Chris indicated, but I don't know where most Ghanaians are going to this morning. The traffic in town.
Is it? Oh yeah. No, let me tell you where they're going to.
Where?
And where they're coming from. It's not where they're going to, it's where they're coming from.
Where are they coming from?
Zamadisco.
Okay, we'll talk about that in the trend.
True. So some people are still coming back from concerts. Some people are coming back from clubs, parties, and some people have to go to work.
Too much traffic in town.
Yes. You
Too much traffic in town.
Do you see the guy behind the camera?
Yeah.
He has so many party, bracelets on his hands. So yeah, all these people are coming from parties.
And the other people causing the traffic.
The other people causing the traffic.
Anyway, we'll talk about the traffic situation in Accra and also bring you happenings when we get into trends and all that. But I'm sure that as we have few days to the situation all-white party, in order for you to beat the traffic, you should have gotten your white by now. Yes, you should get your white by now, because today is 22nd, tomorrow 23rd, Wednesday 24th, and that tells you that we have limited slots, we have limited time, we have everything which is limited, and you'd want to be part of the event now. So make sure that you call the number 0558-973-973 or 0205-973-973. Later on the show, we're having one of our interesting individuals here to come and talk to us about the situation all white party, and maybe soon you would get to know that the flyer will pop up, which is sold out, but you have some limited time. You want to be part of it. Kofi Kenata is on the bill. We also have Akwaba, who is on the bill, and of course Perez Music is on the bill. Inchenchim is on the bill. We also have DJ Mingle. We also have Rave Master, DJ Bawku, and all the special things we bring to you on that day. So you have limited time. You'd want to call the numbers now. The numbers are on your screens. Call the numbers, make the bookings, pay the amounts you are supposed to pay, be it 15, be it 12, be it 9,000 for 8 individuals around the table, and we are good to go. We've been held down by EcoBank, Better Logistics, Hallmark Cafe, powered by Oswald Investment Limited, Verve Duvenet, and also Bushmill, and also Logistics Movement. So you'd want, or movers rather, you'd want to be part of this event and call the numbers now.
Right. So still talking about Christmas, it's the Help a Christmas Child program that is happening on the 26th of December 2025. And if you're wondering what this is about, Christmas is a time where we get to celebrate with family, friends and loved ones and colleagues and all that. But while you're celebrating, there are people out there that do not have anybody to celebrate with. They do not have people to visit them, that do not have people to call them. So we've taken it upon ourselves to go out there and help a child. But you can also be part of this. How can you be part of this? You can be part of this by donating. And it's all about kindness and, being the light of the world. So how do you donate? You can donate anything from toys to food items to old clothes to bags, everything, even water, anything that you feel like you want to donate to a child out there. Or you can also send it via Momo. You can also send money via Momo on 0550-900-006. 0550-900-006. And if you are thinking, how can I bring these things that I have for these kids? You can actually walk up to us here at our front desk, Channel 1 TV at Tesano, or City FM's front desk right behind the Adabraka police station. Remember, it's Christmas and you can be a light to someone by helping the person have a very good Christmas. And that's why we call it Help a Christmas Child. But for more details, visit citynewsroom.com or call the number 0550-900-006 or 0302 and 226-013. This is brought to you by City 97.3 FM and supported by Channel 1 TV.
So make sure that you support and help a Christmas child. Also, you would want to bring in your donations so that we can support that child during this period. But I'm sure you've heard of the community legend. If you haven't, then let me tell you about the community legend. So know someone transforming lives in your community, which is very important. Do you know someone that is transforming lives in your community? Nominate a teacher, nurse, farmer, young or youth leader, volunteer, or everyday change maker. I'm sure you have one in your community. So it's on the screen. Send nominations via WhatsApp number, the 0558-973-973. And this includes the nominee's name, community, religion, belief, the brief description of their work, why they deserve the recognition. The submission may also come through district assemblies, traditional councils, churches, mosques, and community-based organizations. The deadline is 31st December 2025. So you've seen someone in your community that is doing a very good job. You would want that individual to be recognized. This is the time for the chance for you to do so. But later on the show, we'll be giving you details on this particular issue or this particular segment, let's say program that is upcoming, and you would have to be able to recognize and at least give that individual the reward he or she deserves for doing that good thing for that long period of time. So certainly be part of this program. Nominate someone today, someone who is doing a very good work in your area, and you can send it to the numbers via the WhatsApp lines 0558-973-973. Chris, we are ending with the 9 lessons and carols.
Yeah.
And what is that happening?
It's happening on Tuesday, the 23rd December 2025. But we are going to get into it more deeply later on in the show. Akeko is going to be joining us and tell us what this is all about. 9 Lessons in Carol, brought to you by Channel 1 TV. So stay tuned and then watch out for this interview, because it's going to be very exciting, because it's all about the season.
Yeah. Is the reason for the season. So let's move straight into the trends. We were talking about the traffic situation in town. If you are watching us, please let us know where you are, how you were able to get to work this morning. We understand that during Christmas period, we'll be having a lot of traffic in town. But the question I'm also asking is, where are people going to? Chris indicated that people are coming from some concert.
So it's about where are people coming from?
We will mention right now.
Yeah. So people are coming from different places, like the concerts. I mentioned Zamadisco. Zamadisco was one of the concerts that happened yesterday, and Zamadisco is Black Sheriff's concert, and it happened yesterday. It was fun. It was electrifying.
Legon Sports Stadium.
Yeah, and a lot of people were there too, and he actually headlined the whole thing as expected, and it was sold out. It was a sold out event. I
understand it was actually free, so you find a lot of people coming there. No,
it's not free.
It wasn't free.
It's not free. It's not free. And he actually performed fan favorites like Iron Boy, Second Sermon Remix, and debuting a new gospel track while teaching the crowd the words. We had surprise guests like
hold on. This event wasn't free.
No, there was.
And the place got full up like that.
Yeah, because it's. I think this is the 3rd time, and it's something people anticipate a lot. Yeah.
And it's Rachel.
The first one was a hit. Second one was also a hit.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think it has become one of the concerts that people anticipate, to be in. And we also had there was also surprise guests like Sakadier, who performed Countryside, and Kidi, who also performed his hit banga Lomo Lomo, which sent the energy, soaring. And also one of the fans called it 10 over 10.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's some highlights of what went down. And if you can look at the screens, I think the stage was really set up well. And like we said the other time on Entertainment Highlight, I think, a lot of people are now putting their crafts top notch. They are putting a lot of energy into their crafts. And guess what? Even one of our producers.
She went.
She came back this morning here.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so shout out to Trudy.
If we have the video, let's bring you the video of what the event was about and how the crowd was also charged up. People are having fun. Oh.
Yeah, people are having a lot of fun. I mean, like I think the concert scenes have changed in Ghana because a lot of artists are putting, 100% into their crafts now. So if you're putting 100% into your craft and doing what you're supposed to do well, of course, people will be there to support you.
I'm told the minimum ticket price was 200 cedis.
I think. I don't know.
You don't know the
Yeah,
price.
I don't know.
That's what I'm told. So, if even the minimum is 200 cedis, we are seeing the numbers that there's the sports stadium Legon. I know it can take about 17,000 to 18,000, and the way the place is crowded. Oh, people are having fun.
Yeah, but you see, because of the crowd, that's also why some people couldn't leave early. Yeah, so people at the VIP found it very hard to come out.
People have packed behind people.
Exactly, exactly. So these are the things to expect.
Wow! But even before that, there was another event too at the Accra Sports Stadium. That was at the DT concert, and that one also had a massive number coming there. Then over the weekend was the bout between Worldwide and also Freezy McBones. Oh, people are having fun. People are having fun. Then that tells me where people are going.
Yeah.
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 That's why there's traffic in town.
Are you not having fun too?
Oh, for me, I'm waiting to have fun on Situation Day.
Right.
Yeah, Situation Day, they'll let it loose. I'll let it loose. Anyway, so let's
I've never heard you like this.
Let's bring you some comments. This is the future of Ghanaian music. Wow, that's beautiful. Charlie, then the concert be fire. Yeah, it was fire. From what we are seeing, Kiddy and Blacko really have insane chemistry on stage. That's a beautiful one there. I think he's the biggest artist in the country currently, you say. Charlie Blacko is a superstar. What? Yeah, that's what I've seen there. See performance Blacko they put on the Zamadisco, and just look at how the fans they sing every song word for word. Blacko is a national asset, and he needs to be protected as soon as possible, and that is what you are saying. This is an interesting one, Chris. So away from Blacko and what happened at the UG Sports Stadium yesterday was the opening for AFCON 2025, and let's bring you how the ceremony took shape. Yes, when the opening was being done. Beautiful.
All right, so that was actually a very wonderful opening. And before that performance by Davido and French Montana is actually not just American, but he's Moroccan American. Yeah, so before that performance, Morocco played against Comoros for the opening games, which they beat Comoros, and that they are now ahead of their group. Brahim Diaz scored the opener in the 55th minute from Nusser Masuri's assist. Then substitute El Kabi sealed it with a stunning bicycle kick in the 74th minute, earning Puskas contender buzz. And obviously after that win, they had this good celebration. Wow. And we also saw people like Angelique Kidjo, who was there for the opening yesterday. Beautiful. And if you watch closely with all this beautiful lighting and graphics, I actually saw the Jinyami sign inside there. Yeah. So Ghana is also repping, although we're
Africa
not there,
unity.
but yeah.
We will support one of the countries.
I know who you're supporting. But you're supporting one of the country. You know the country to support. Let's not go into this conversation. We had a deal.
But you speak French, right? Like speaking French, eh?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, the song.
So, what's the meaning of the song?
On va commencer le show.
Okay.
So we are starting the show.
Okay.
On va commencer le show. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So basically, we are starting up the show, and the show is the African up.
My co-host, she speaks French.
Oh.
So that's bilingual, right?
Yes, I'm bilingual.
Yeah, she speaks French. So if you are organizing an event and you need someone who speaks English and French, please come in for my co-host. At least I'll be your manager. I'll sign the deal soon.
But who are you supporting though?
Oh, the country I'm supporting.
We had a deal.
Is Benin in there?
Oh, Philip. Philip, no.
Why?
No.
Oh, Benin is in there.
Your Siamese twins. Your Siamese twins, your Jollof contenders.
Oh,
that's the person you're supposed. I say, you give me, I give you back.
So you support
World Cup is coming. You better support me, so I'll support you.
Oh, that's fine. We will support Ghana. We will support Nigeria. We will support Nigeria. But if things become difficult, maybe we'll do Benin or DR Congo.
Not even Cote d'Ivoire. They're flying to DR Congo.
This time around, all the countries are really tough, to really win something, because it comes with the prestige. When you take like Morocco, for instance, what is happening there, the prestige attached to it. That when a country wins or becomes the ultimate winner in the competition or in the contest, you are sort of accorded that respect and all that. So let's see how the countries will play out. I'll support Nigeria, but like I indicated, if things aren't really working well, I'll just shift my allegiance to another country. Anyway, that's the amazing things we are bringing to you on Trends this morning. But let's check out the video of the day. Anyway, if we have some comment, hold on, before the video of the day, we have comment on this one. Let's bring you the comment, yes. Africa, you are what you think you are. Yeah. This is beautiful. Morocco raising a standard. Man, I love it. The budget will be out. Oh, so you are thinking about how much is involved. Really? Beautiful ceremony now. We just need Morocco to lose the opening game. That is what you wanted. But Morocco won, to the glory of God. This makes Super Bowl
halftime shows and FIFA World Cup opening game shows look amateur. Well done, Africa. Oh yeah, so basically the Super Bowl is the American football.
Okay.
Yeah, so they always have a halftime show that looks like a concert too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now he's saying that this actually makes them look like amateurs.
But I like the way the lighting, the graphics. Yeah. Charlie, Africa is really doing well. People are now putting their A game when it comes to stage acts, when it comes to events and all that. They will need to. I remember when was it Saudi Arabia that they held, or where was the previous World Cup done? Qatar. Good. And you could tell they were also using drones.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. So that's an amazing one. So you'd want to think of the team you're supporting or the country you're supporting now, and definitely we'll bring you an update of that later on our subsequent shows that is here on Breakfast Daily Channel 1 TV. But for now, let's bring you the video of the day. don't be risking your life sometimes, like what a gentleman just did, and this is very risky anyway. Just to start the show on Breakfast Daily, Channel 1 TV, the second part of the show. We'll be back after the short break.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie night, live music, karaoke, and endless fun, until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from 4,050 for individuals, 5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Remember when I turned 50, I did this show, it was okay SM50. That was KSM50. Now, the favorite show I did since KSM50 was called The Street of G8 Girls.
Very soon you'll be in a car and you're going, yes, no for.
Now I'm 69. But even at 69, I've come up with a new brilliant show. Your friend, Old Age is a Rascal. And it's coming to you live from the Cactus Creek. And it's happening on the 25th, 26th, and the 27th of December. Old Age is a Rascal. You can't miss this. It starts with a lunch buffet. Starts at 1, and then about 4:30, we take a break and you come and see the special. Old Age is a Rascal. And the number to call is 055 039 5007.
Hello, Auntie Abena. You won't believe what just happened. Grandma received her 4 TV. 4 TVs? Yes, 4. Okay, I'm coming.
I'm not able to.
It's like a scammer now. You are using it to spread grandma like that. Spread grandma? 4 TVs, 2 fridges, microwave. Abba, could you why? You want to open an electrical shop for her?
Hey, no! It's a regular 100 cities I send her.
I'm sure it's Uncle Atu.
Let's call him.
Atu? Why? Why are you spreading a grandma with appliances?
Me? Spread who? When? How? Please, it could be Amma.
Let's call Amma.
Let me call her. Hello? Why? What are you saying? Appliances for grandma. Why? Hey, it's not real.
Critical.
Let's call grandma.
Hello?
Hello, grandma. So who is buying all this stuff for you?
Call me Granny Cash. Grandma knows the go to the luckiest. If they do me 5 hours here. When I buy ticket 100 cities, I pay them small or big. I automatically get my fridges.
Hey, sir!
Yes, so with the luckiest, anytime you buy tickets up to 100 seats, whether small or at once, you are guaranteed to win a free gift. TV sets, fridges, hampers, airtime, cash. Remember to dial *712#, choose option 4 and follow the prompt. With the luckiest, everybody wins. You got cash.
You win.
I'm grateful that you stayed with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. And we are getting into the Christmas period as we are preparing ourselves for situation and all other activities that we will be doing here at Channel 1 TV and also City FM. But do you know of the 9 lessons and carols? If you do not know about that, please check out this. We're back to speak to an interesting lady here in the house who will be telling us more about that. Check this out. We'll be back.
And she looks like Christmas.
That was the whole point.
Where the world pauses, music reminds us what truly matters.
Bread of life, sender from glory. Many things you were on earth, a holy king, the carpenter. You are the living word you're saying.
This Christmas, experience music that heals, voices that unite, songs that awaken joy. Your Christmas unforgettable with the Channel 1 Christmas Choir as they serenade you with lovely tunes that fill your home with joy.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm a storm with his hand?
This Christmas, feel the joy, hear the love, celebrate the season.
And these are just excerpts of what you just saw on TV. It's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah, we are bringing you the full edition of this on TV. But Apioko is in studio with us. You heard her or saw her singing there in the promo. She's the head of programs production here at Channel 1 TV and also City FM. Apioko, how are you doing?
I'm well, Philip. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it makes sense because that was the whole point.
Wow. Apioko, I heard you sing and I was asking that. So you know, is it that you can do everything?
I think so.
Apioko is anyway. I don't want to read
No, but
your CV here.
you know most people who are into the arts are multidisciplinary artists. Even if they don't explore all the different facets of what they can do, you typically can do more than one.
Very
To be honest, the only thing I can do is look at you and draw you hyper realistically.
Wow.
But I can still interpret you from a more abstract, yes, you know, I could do that. Yeah. But most of the acts, some way, shape, or form.
Well, tell us about the 9 lessons and carols that we'll be having tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow. So this is Channel 1 TV, right? So it's not your regular 9
regular
lessons and carols at all. We're a bunch of very happy, disappointed musicians and dancers, and but the Christmas is very special for us. In the media, we work throughout the season because you at home, you still expect to turn on your TV, turn on your radio, and see or hear something. You want to be updated, you want to be entertained, you want to be informed, and so everything is still happening as regular, even though there are tweaks here and there for the period. However, it's also a time for us as a Channel 1 and City family to come together. And when we do things like project what the Channel 1 choir does, what people see are snippets of how we live on a normal day. And I think that tends to be entertaining for people. And we are okay with it. We're okay with it.
But sometimes people see them like, hey, so you can do this? Or you can do that?
Exactly. So it's also our way of, letting people have a little slice of family. There are people who watch us, listen to us, they've never met a single person who works here, but they feel as though they're part of us. When we have our events and people walk up to us, even when you go somewhere on your own, people walk up to you, they approach you as if they know you. So now, before I used to feel bad when someone says, oh, hello, and then I don't remember this person. Should I pretend? Now I say I don't remember, because more often than not, they'll say, oh, you don't know me, but I feel like I know you, I see you, I hear you. And that's the kind of thing that makes what we do also very humbling. That every morning you come and sit here, all the things you do, there's somebody who is waiting to watch you, and that's a very humbling thing to acknowledge. Now when it comes to the 9 lessons and carols, people see us, they hear us singing. That alone can light up someone's Christmas. People are going through so much. And this year we're doing the 9 lessons and carols. It wouldn't be the first time we're doing it, but we're doing it a little differently. It's a full TV production.
Wow.
Yes. And so we're airing that tomorrow. We go live at 6:30 p.m. So between 6:30 and 8 before CNR, you will get to watch that, and then we'll repeat it, play it back. But don't forget, 9 lessons and carols isn't just about the music. There's also the scripture. And there are some people who need that scripture to anchor themselves to face the season. For so many, it may have been a difficult year. There may be uncertainty going into 2026. For some people, they just need a reminder of what the season is about, what it's anchored in. And so we want to bring that gift of Christmas, the reason, Jesus being the reason for the season, to our audiences.
Wow, that's an interesting one. And just seeing the promo, I'm asking myself, well, though I'm here, how do we do the selection?
No, but it's open,
It's open.
HR, so some people have been in the choir from inception. We started this in 2018. And it was really just, but this person sings, you sing, you say, why don't we have a staff choir? Because all sorts of corporate entities have staff choirs. Some of them are even doing choral competitions and all that. We may not have the time to do it throughout the year. And then the other thing is, don't forget, a lot of the members of the choir will tell you that they used to sing in church. But since they entered media, and the way the media schedules are, they don't have time to do the rehearsals and whatnot, so they may serve in other ways in their religious communities and fellowship spaces, but they don't get to do it the way they would like to. So for some people, this is also their way of serving, and it's very interesting. But HR would usually put out a call and say, hey, anyone who sings. Sometimes we actually tell people, I've heard you sing, you will have to come, but it's by choice, and nobody is selected per se. Again, finding the time to combine the rehearsals with difficult schedules can be testy for some people. So there are some people who may have started rehearsal with us towards the carol service and what we'll be doing throughout the Christmas period. But along the way, it just wasn't syncing. There are others who don't even come at all because they've heard that rehearsals at this time, I would never be there, so let me not even deceive myself. But there are some who've been able to manage it. You saw Akosia Otre singing, the lady we call Sugar. She's our presidential correspondent, and I know a lot of people will be wondering, how does she even find the time? And sometimes she's literally running in just from, from being in the field and then dipping off right immediately after a rehearsal. Some people will miss a few, catch up. So people are up all night listening to the songs, listening to recordings from rehearsals they missed. People put a lot of effort into this because it means a lot to us, but also we know what it means to our viewers.
We are seeing this beautiful thing on TV, which we will see the fuller version of it tomorrow. Tell us the back story. Isn't that easy? Like what you are saying, or is that you understand that people can stay for like 8 hours just singing.
Look, I'm telling you, especially when it gets to the point where you are beginning to, because some of the things we would record, right? Because throughout the Christmas season, you're also experiencing the Channel 1 choir. And it's like shooting a music video.
Wow.
So you're spending dedicated hours. It's not an easy thing. And like I said, people finish here. Look at the work that people do. All these people have very hefty schedules. Now look at the work they do, and they'll still find time to listen to a song that choir director Edinam Bright Davis has dropped, learn it, get the lyrics, and come and deliver in a rehearsal. Some people have lead parts, solos. You have to learn the words, put in the emotion, put in the dramatization. And you know, when you're a TV anchor or a radio voice, sometimes the dramatization of things comes a little easier to you because you do it all the time. You understand that it's communication and you sort of fall into a cadence. But if you're always behind the scenes, you work in admin, some of these things may not come as naturally. And so people have really had to bring their A game, build themselves to make this happen.
Wow, interesting. And we know that Papa C is also part of it.
Absolutely. You'll see him.
But how is it like working with him?
With Pop,
but you know, like this is not media. This is music.
So let me just say that Samant himself is a musician. I mean, you have had Philip. I mean, you've had the opportunity to work with him on other things, radio-wise. He's a musician. He understands music through and through. And don't forget that he's a huge, apart from being our boss, our CEO, our MD, he's actually a huge authority in the media space on the continent. And so when it comes to putting things together in general on this tangent, he knows it. He knows when a note is off. He knows when, no, this seems too slow, it may not be engaging enough, let's quicken the tempo. He can pick up all of those things. And so there's also experiencing that side of him. And when he comes like a regular person. When he gives his feedback, he's giving his feedback as an honest opinion as anyone else, but he never tries to usurp the authority of the music director or any of the managers who are handling, pulling all of it together. And that also is very beautiful to see, working with him on that dimension. And I think it's also a masterclass in leadership when you get to encounter him that way.
Wow, interesting. So this is happening tomorrow?
Happening tomorrow,
at what time?
6:30 p.m.
6:30
right here on Channel 1 TV. We'll be streaming as well. So wherever you are in the world, on demand, you can pick it up. And then for those of you who, for some reason or another, maybe have a dinner tomorrow night, you can't make it, don't worry. You will definitely get to see it again. But do make a date. First time is always a charm.
Yeah, very important, very important. We would have to be part of the selection next time.
Next year.
Next year. You have to come and sing for
them. But why have you not been? You should even have come to do choreography for us. Yes. There are a few voice, like spoken bits. Chris, you could have come to do this one.
Chris, next year we need to surprise them.
Come and introduce some fashion, some interesting fashion be in there,
Yes, you should come and rap in French for them and all that.
Hey,
you understand?
Let's switch to ever. Chris, you said bilingual. Chris is actually multilingual.
Really?
Oh my goodness. This one.
Chris,
in fact, the human being herself
which
is
other language do you speak that I don't know?
First of all, she's Pan-African.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one.
I speak Igbo, I speak Ewe, and French.
You don't speak Twi.
Oh no!
There you go.
Give me like 1 year.
Yeah, you let it.
You see, and the French, she can speak. So more of the French, right? The original French.
Yeah.
But she also does the Togolese
French as well.
And Ivorian jargon as well. Very interesting.
Display for us. Anyway, Apiko, thank you so much for that. But since you are here, we would want to touch a bit on the community legend.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The community
Absolutely.
legend. Very important.
Absolutely. So
you just help us understand what it is about again.
Okay, so I was here a couple of weeks ago, and so for some of our viewers watching us, this may be the first time they're hearing about it. The Channel 1 Community Legends. Now, again, Channel 1 TV, City FM, always doing something. People say we're always doing something, and it's true, always.
You don't go
always. No, we're always doing something. And you know, the thing though is what we do. Every time we do something, it's because we want to create some kind of impact. We want Ghana to be better. We say that the media is the fourth estate, the fourth arm of government, right? Beyond the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary, there's the media. And I believe that the work that we do here actually demonstrates that very well.
True.
I mean, Philip, look at the things that you do, Chris. The way you're passionate, you talk about certain issues, and the results you get. So recognizing the power that we have as a media house, convening, and then also just getting people to really listen to us. We say, you know what, we've traveled all over the country, we meet all sorts of people, and we see people who are changing their communities. They are not asking for recognition, they are not asking for any money, they just do what they have to do. Freely. I keep using the example of, you know, Wache Sala I encountered once, and for every morning, without fail, at least 15 children who walk by, should provide them with breakfast. Quietly, just minding her own. It's something that she has decided to do, and she has been doing it for years. You know, and there are people, you go to some of the more remote communities, we say, oh, school under trees. Somebody is not a professional teacher, but has taken it upon themselves and has told, that, oh, I have a degree. I'm educated. I will teach these children without asking for money from capitation grant, nothing, just doing the work. So we're looking for people like this who are making an impact in their communities. These are the real legends, we believe. And we're asking the communities around Ghana, across our 16 regions, all our districts, all our constituencies, to nominate these people. And the deadline is the 31st of December, but I'm going to just run through, if you permit me, exactly what we are looking for. So you are sending a nomination. Now when you nominate, you want the nominee's name, we want the community and region. So Bonsi, Greater Accra region, that's where I come from. You know, brief description of their work. So whatever it is they've been doing, why you think they deserve recognition, and then you have to submit all of this. You can also submit through district assemblies, traditional councils, churches, mosques, community-based organizations. So there are some of you who lead in your communities. You're opinion leaders, thought leaders, you're leading your assemblyman, assemblywoman, and you see these people. Some of them, when you even need to do things in your communities, they are the ones you go to first. Oh, it's Christmas. For the community. Then somebody will make sure that you get the plantain and the cassava. You are convening these people. You can also submit, all right? But the deadline is 31st December. And the reason is that between the 31st of December and the middle of February, we'll be traveling around the country, profiling
to see what
these
they
people,
do,
to show people why those nominees deserve to be recognized. And so we need time to do that. And then by the end of February, going into Heritage Month, we'll make the announcement of the first cohort.
Right. So why is it important to highlight these people? I mean, they've been doing their thing in their corner, and now we want to highlight them.
You see, regardless of how pure someone's heart is, recognition always spurs people on to do more. And the fact that the person is doing it without wanting the recognition doesn't mean that they don't deserve it. We are in this country and we give people recognition for almost doing nothing in some cases. So somebody is doing something that the government should be doing but cannot. You know our economic constraints. Something that an assemblyman or woman should be leading, but because they are limited in their scope, they cannot. Something that should be fixed, but President cannot be everywhere.
Yeah, very true.
MP cannot be everywhere. They may never even see what the problem is. And then you see, beyond that, when we talk about democracy and running a country, it's not just about the government, central government. You say democracy is what?
For the people, by the people.
Exactly. So by the people. We are the people. And so if we see something going wrong, we have actually failed the country if we have the capacity to fix it and we don't. Civic responsibility. It's not just about going to vote every 4 years, but also taking ownership of your community, your society, your nation, and making it better in your own small way. If we all did that, Ghana would be a better place. And it's not always about money. Like I said, you can have that young person who's teaching. He hasn't bought exercise books or anything. He's just literally taking, after all, our schools are under trees. So me too, I'm going under the tree at this time. His resource that he's spending is time. This lady who makes wache, she would have sold the wache, right? She should have cooked it anyway. But she says, you know what? Sometimes I take some of that wache back home. Or I may, later on in the day bring it out again. Let me just give it to the children. So little things like that. If we all think this way, our country will be better. And so, since all of us do not think this way, if there are people who are, then why shouldn't we celebrate that?
Exactly.
Why shouldn't we? And you see, it's important for our young people to see good behavior and how it is modeled. I keep saying that we are raising a generation of
how it's modeled.
We are raising a generation of young people who actually feel they have no responsibility to their country or to their community. And it's very dangerous. That means that when something is going wrong, they'll turn a blind eye to it. Or they'll be a part of the delinquency. But if they see that this person was celebrated for this, this person was acknowledged for this, me too, I can do it. You see the kinds of people that we'll have in this country, citizens we have in this country in the next 10 to 15 years. And as usual, as media, and as Channel 1 TV and City FM, we see that and we want to lead that charge.
Beautiful, beautiful. So are we taking the nomination? We are taking as many as we can.
As many as we can, and then we will whittle down. But I just want to let people know how they can send the nominations. It's to a number that we are all familiar with by now, 0558 973 973. 0558 973 973. We're trying to keep it simple. No email, no link, because we are going to the communities, and not everybody has constant access to the internet. No. WhatsApp, we doing the research. Research before you do our things. Most people will be able to, even if you don't have WhatsApp yourself, you can tell your neighbor to do it for your neighbor whose mango you go and eat every morning that, please, can you send this for me? Yes. And so send to the WhatsApp line 0558 973 973 with the details that we've requested, and then we will hopefully be celebrating your nominee.
What happens after the deadline, 31st December?
Yeah, so like I was saying, after the deadline, we now have a short list. So we put together a short list, and we involve all sorts of people in the country in this selection process. Now, after we have that short list, we reach out to the legends, and then we profile them. And then the awarding and recognition and all of that will happen end of February.
Beautiful. So this is actually an opportunity for you to let your community be known, because if eventually you are shortlisted and we come to your community,
we might just highlight everything.
You make noise about your community.
And also solve your community problems. Because once you are spotlighted and everybody gets to know that, okay, we didn't have water for 10 years, and this Channel 1 community legend did a borehole for us. It solved the problem to some extent, but we still need 15 boreholes. You think people won't come and invest in your community? They will. So these are some of the things that we are really trying to do and get going through this initiative.
Wow, interesting one there. I think we are done with Tapioca for today.
I actually have people that want to nominate.
Chris has been saying
I've been saying it because I've seen so many great people doing so many good things and helping their communities.
Are we allowed to nominate?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. Okay.
Or not yourself.
Well, obviously.
And not your family members.
I mean, we've been here on the show and we've seen so many people.
So that's the thing.
There was that doctor from... What's the name of the place again?
Agbekokope.
Yeah.
The man was called Agbeko too.
And you see, the thing is, sometimes as a journalist, as a media practitioner, you see these things and you want to do so much more. But you are limited in your scope. What you have is the power of your microphone and your camera, right? And so if an opportunity has come and you feel that, no, I did this story 2 years ago, I've been following up with this particular gentleman or this particular lady, and I feel that, no, they deserve some recognition. Why not?
Why not? Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Before you go, any final words you'd want to leave us with?
No, so I mean, just people should just tune in tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. and have a nice pre-Christmas pre-situation with us. Yes, it's back to back with Channel 1 TV and City FM this Christmas, and you really don't want to be left out.
Nice one there. Thank you so much, Apioko.
Thank you.
She's the head of programs production here at Channel 1 TV and City FM. For now, let's take a quick break. We'll come back with more on the show.
Music reminds us what truly matters.
Bread of life, sender from glory. Many things you were a nurse, a holy king, the carpenter. You are the living word you're saying.
This Christmas, experience music that heals, voices that unite, songs that awaken joy. Make your Christmas unforgettable with the Channel 1 Christmas Choir as they serenade you with lovely tunes that fill your home with joy.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm a storm with his hand?
This Christmas, feel the joy, hear the love, celebrate the season.
Attention all State Housing Company Limited homeowners, landowners and clients. From November 3rd to December 31st, 2025, the State Housing Company Limited is giving you a 15% discount on all outstanding payments.
Oh yes, spend less on your ground rent, land regularization, lease renewals, consents to develop or assign and service charges, and secure your ownership today.
Visit any SHC office nationwide to make your payments in full to benefit from the 15% discount.
You can locate the State Housing Company Limited at Ring Road West, adjacent STC Yard in Accra Digital Center.
For more information, visit our website www.statehousing.gov.gh or call 0302-221-422 or 0552-725-656 or 0503-083-393. Remember, this offer ends December 31st, 2025. Don't wait, pay less today.
Rooted in heritage, shaped by ambition, defined by style, inspired by soul. This is Afro Quality, the first multi-country concept store for African brands, now in Nairobi, Kigali, and Accra.
Another payment through Stanbic. Smooth as always.
Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
Darling, can you please help with the bills, especially at your school fees?
From school fees to utilities, the government and statutory payments, to investments, insurance payments, Hajj payments, and more.
Mommy, my fees has been paid.
Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life.
Please tell me everything has been paid.
No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic. Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call to get started.
Hello? Hello, Auntie Abena. You won't believe what just happened. Grandma received her 4 TV. 4 TVs? Yes, 4. Okay, I'm coming.
I've not.
It's like a scammer now. You are using it to spread grandma like that. Spread grandma? 4 TVs, 2 fridges, microwave. Abba, Kojo, why? Do you want to open an electrical shop for her?
Hey, no! It's a regular 100 cities I send her.
I'm sure it's Uncle Atu.
Let's call him.
Atu? Why? Why are you spreading a grandma with appliances?
Me? Spread who? When? How? Please, it could be Amma.
Let's call Amma.
Let me call her. Hello? Why? What are you saying? Appliances for grandma. Why? Hey, it's not real.
Critical.
Let's call grandma.
Hello?
Hello, grandma. So who is buying all those stuff for you?
Call me Granny Cash. Grandma knows the Bawku, the luckiest. If they do me 5 hours a year. When I buy ticket 100 cities, I pay them small or big. I automatically get my free gift.
Yes, so with the luckiest, anytime you buy tickets up to 100 cities, whether small or at once, you are guaranteed to win a free gift. TV sets, fridges, hampers, airtime, cash. Remember to dial *712#, choose option 4 and follow the prompt. With the luckiest, everybody wins. Even Granny Cash.
All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. And now we're about to have a conversation about the biggest pre-Christmas party in Ghana. And that is a Situation All White party. Guys, it's 2 days to the party. And the only person that can tell us how the preparations are going right now and how you guys are calling in for your table is Frema Edunyame, who's the head of events and partnership right here at Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM. I thought you were going to be in white as usual.
I'm reserving at this point. I don't want nobody to stain my white.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Don't stain my white. Don't stain my white. Woo, Frema.
Yeah.
Whew, how's it going?
Super.
When you come in the studio, you yawned. Oh, I'm like, oh, she's worked so hard.
Well, it means that we are giving out the experience that we promised. You know? And at this point, we are just dotting I's and crossing T's and making sure that the grounds are swept. You know, lawns are mowed. I mean, everything is just sorted out. That's where we are now.
So it's 2 days to the event.
Is it 2 days?
Well, 1.5
Because on the 24th, there's no part 2. Because at 24th, you are just sitting down, you know.
Well, okay, it's 1.5 days.
Pretty much, you know, because on 24th, Phil, if I were you, I won't step out, nowhere, you know, just stay at home. Calm down, you know. Sit at home quietly, calmly, you know. When anybody calls you for any kind of distractions, you are not interested because you just want to ensure that you are very safe. Nothing will cross you. You just wait till about 4 or 5 p.m. Then you set off. And set off early, so you don't have to rush in traffic so somebody scratches your car. You know, on 24th,
just avoid all the problems.
Stay away from any kind of problem. You understand? Iron your clothes tomorrow, just in case you burn something. You still have a little bit of time to go and get it. So on 24th, nothing. You are sitting down calmly, gently, waiting for around 5 p.m. Then you set off.
So on that note, you know, she can help us let them know that we'll do Breakfast Daily from our homes.
Are you? This one, I'm not part two.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, from how is it going? And today is 22nd. That means we just have only tomorrow. But somebody is sitting in his or home by now or office saying, oh, maybe 24th. I'll just call and just say, Charlie, can I get a table or something? What will you tell that person?
Well, Phil, I'm happy to say that by close of business today, Monday 22nd, we can't take any more.
Wow.
And that's where we are.
And what will be what?
They will snooze and
sold out.
sold out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for those who are still contemplating, probably we have to add it to your New Year resolution. You know that in 2026, I would want to make it for situation, because by now people have ironed their clothes, people have polished their shoes. We are just waiting. The grills we are setting the fire for the grills. You know, we are setting the fire. In fact, that is saying for the frying of the yam is already on fire. We are pouring the oil
already.
You know, so, I mean, everything is ready. So if by now you want to be at situation and you've not done the needful, I don't think you really want to be at
So is that to say that from now to like what time is the grace period for individuals or organizations to call the numbers now?
As long as your calendar says 22nd, you are safe. But the moment we get to 23rd, you know that rat channel, I'm foul. No. So you are here to feel 666. But this is where we are. And I must say that a lot of people have called, they have made payments, so they know they are coming for situation. I mean, we are that ready.
What about the preparations on the ground at Good Park?
I mean, the park is ready. You know, we've had series of recce's, you know, so we've had the security men go to the ground. They've done their map out. You know, we've had the decor people do same. In fact, we've had the caterers go to the grounds to check how and where they're going to be setting up. You know, for Diamond and Platinum, we have the buffet. So Hallmark has been to the grounds, you know, to know where they are going to put stuff. The technical team has been there to check where they're going to mount the stage, where artists will be, where the Diamond guys are going to sit, where even everybody is ready, including Verve Divinay, where they are going to set up and all. So it means we are ready for the party.
And what of parking space? Because people have much concern about that. Now that we have seen a lot of traffic in town and people are moving for events and all that,
all the ghosts
it tells you that situation, All White Party will receive a number of people. Parking space. We have
enough parking space. I mean, if you know the Good Park, you know that.
Have you been to the Good Park?
Yeah.
It comes with a huge parking space. It's just right next to the Accra Mall. So we still also have the Accra Mall parking space. But so as for parking, you know, we are pretty much sorted. But also come early because we are dealing with a lot of people. The numbers are high. So please come early. That is if you really want to park, you know, close to the venue. Come early. The gates open at 8, and 8 means that at 8 we are receiving visitors. By 8 p.m. we have stage ready, we have cocktails ready, we have grills ready, everything is sorted. 8 p.m. we are receiving visitors. 8 p.m. first act is on stage.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
8
p.m. I mean, you know how we do it, you know. I think it's quite disrespectful to give people a certain time and they leave everything they are doing, they are on time, and you are not ready.
You're the host.
When you have the whole period, you know, to get ready, I don't think it's appropriate. And so by 8 p.m., I mean, if you've been to Situation before, if you've been to any of our events before, you know that we respect time.
Starts on time.
Exactly.
And the artists, I've seen some of them in studio. Kwawa has been here, Paris Music has been here. In Chim Chim, they've done their thing on radio and all that.
How
are they gearing up for the event?
They are super ready, you know. I don't know, between the artists and the organizers and the revelers, who is excited? You know, it looks like when it comes to Situation, from artists to patrons to organizers, everybody is excited because we are also looking forward to the end of the year party. Artists are ready, they are well prepared. I mean, from the little we saw from in Chin Chin, you know they are super ready, and we are very excited about it.
So someone is making a final decision today. The tables, platinum, gold, diamond. Share with us what really the person is getting. Should I go in for platinum? What I'm getting if I should go in for diamond, or what I'm getting if I go for gold?
You know, so if you are planning, I want to believe that you are ready to just give us a call today, make payment, and secure your table. If I were you, I'll go for the ultimate. You know, the most painful thing in this world is having the means, okay, being able to afford something, but trying to play smart and getting there and feeling that I wish I had not done this. You understand? A lot of people come, they feel, but we're all going to be at the good park, but it's the same event, so why do I have to go for this? All right. Now, why you have to go for this is you can't change your mind on the grounds.
Oh, I was about asking. So what if I get to the grounds and the buffet is really buffet. It's really catching my eye. I'm like, I approach Frema. I paid for gold, but the way the food is going, I want to be part of platinum. So is there something you can do about it? What will you tell the person?
What I'll tell you is, you know, it means that we now have to go and get some Ghana rice and come and cook for you there and add stew and come and do all that, which is not possible.
It's been planned for.
Everything has been planned. We are dealing with numbers. We are dealing with confirmed, you see, and that is why beyond today, we can't take more people, because we need to know who is coming, prepare for you, give you that experience that we have promised you. So if you go for gold, which does not come with buffet, on the grounds, not much can be done. I'm saying this because we all the time get this request. So people get to the grounds and they are now asking, can I top up? Can I do this? But you'd also agree with me that for whatever it is, we are serving platinum. So platinum, you are paying your 15K, you are getting from the champagne to the Glenfiddich to the bottles of beer to the unlimited water to the unlimited grills to the cocktails to dedicated waiter to buffet to everything you can think of.
Unlimited music,
unlimited dancing, you understand? Everything you get. And it means that we know the people who are coming, so we've made this provision for them. On the grounds, we can't change it. All right. So if you have not done the needful, you still have a little bit of time to do that, but go for the ultimate, because you will not regret it. Having said so, you also know what you want, why you are coming. That is why it's not just a flat package. We have different packages, you know. So there are people who are coming, probably you decide not to eat after 10 p.m. or after 9 p.m. So you don't really care about buffet or stuff like that. That is also okay. You can do your gold, you know. You want to be in between, you know. I don't want to be the bottom. I also don't want to be the number one. But I still want to be able to experience bits and pieces of what gold is getting, what diamond is getting. So I want to do, or platinum is getting. So I want to do diamond. It's also okay, all right? So just know what you want, but know that on the grounds, we are done. What you decide on today is what we are carrying through until 25th December, when we are done.
As well, exams. What you've learned is what you produce.
Exactly, you understand. Exactly, yeah.
Wow, but through and through, we know that some individuals have helped us, some organizations have really held us on and all that. You would want to acknowledge them.
Of course, so we are super grateful to our sponsors. A big thank you to EcoBank, to Bethel Logistics, and also to Hallmark Cafe. Look, Hallmark, I just can't wait, you know, for what they intend to do.
When the last time they came here, they said they had marinated or
whatever. Oh yeah, they have already marinated the meat.
The meat. That was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
So you can imagine.
And they are coming out. It has gone inside.
It's important for it to go inside.
So that when you are tasting, you are eating,
it melts in your mouth. What I said.
If you have money, go for platinum or diamond.
You know, for those of you on diet, in 24 days a cheat day. Yeah, you understand. You can't be dieting during Christmas. How? You get it. So don't worry. Let yourself go. You know, you've done this throughout the year. The kilos you've shed is enough. You know, let's just have a beautiful Christmas. 2026 we will continue. Because January now will tell you that be in dieting mood. You understand? January will humble you. It will put you in dieting mood. But for this Christmas, we are just making merry and thanking God for how far He's brought us. Let me also say thank you to our supporters. So we have Oswald Investments. We are also grateful to Logistic Movers and also to Verve Duvernay and Bushmills. Yeah.
So now you've said everything. If someone wants to get in touch with your outfits, maybe they may have had a number from us for a very long time, but they want to hear from you yourself.
Well, It hasn't changed from what you've already heard. So 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973.
Your final words before you go.
Come, let's party.
Come, let's party.
The one-liner.
Are you? Come, let's party. For us, we are here. If you don't come, let's party. 25th, when we come and sit here in the morning,
we'll give you a recap.
Oh, of course. We'll show you pictures.
And then you will cry.
We'll show you videos.
And then you'll be sad.
Yeah.
And we'll show you the side that people
And then you enter Christmas regretting you didn't,
you know.
And you plan that next day you do it.
Well.
And next day will come and you not do it. We bring you pictures and videos again. Fema, thank you so much for your time.
Phil, thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you so
Fema
much.
Edunyame is the head of events and partnerships here at Channel 1 TV and also City 97.3 FM. And she has indicated that you would want to be part of the situational white party that is happening on the 24th of December 2025 at the Good Park here in Accra. For parking space, you don't have a problem. For security, you don't have a problem. For more dancing, more entertainment, you do not have a problem. Please come, let's lose into the next year. Let's bring you entertainment highlights of the day.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komete Kome and this is proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Now to our first highlight, Zamadisco 2025, headlined by Ghanaian music star Black Sherif, has once again positioned itself as a major highlight of the country's 30 December festivities. Held at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, the concert drew attention as a platform for high-energy performance and immersive live music experience. Attendees of Zamadisco 2025 have been largely upbeat, with the fans describing it as one of the most anticipated moments of Ghana's 30 December and met their expectations. Now to our second highlight. The highly anticipated boxing match between YouTuber turned fighter Jake Paul and former two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua delivered drama and debate across sports communities. It took place on December 19, 2025 in Miami and was streamed globally on Netflix. Joshua ultimately stopped Paul with a 6th-round knockout, reaffirming his elite experience and power. Paul, who suffered a double broken jaw and required surgery, earned some respect for lasting longer than many expected. Though fans and critics alike clashed online, some praising his grit and others calling the bout mismatched or even rigged. The fight's huge purse and polarizing results have only intensified conversation about spectacle versus sport in modern boxing. Now let's still stay on Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, because Jake Paul has addressed speculation that he received titanium implants in his jaw, clarifying that the procedure was medical rather than cosmetic. Reports indicate that titanium plates were used to repair a jaw injury, a standard treatment for facial fractures. The surgery highlights the physical toll of boxing and counters online claims suggesting aesthetic enhancement. Now to our next highlight. Papoose and boxing champion Clarissa Shields addressed public attention surrounding their relationship during an interview on The Breakfast Club. The couple spoke about how their bond grew from friendship, responded to online speculation, and discussed navigating love under public scrutiny. Shields acknowledged ongoing personal processes while emphasizing that life and relationships continue. Both stressed honesty, respect, and moving forward without being defined by social media narratives. Now to our next highlight. Freezy McBones defeated Jonathan Worldwide Tete in a major upset at the University of Ghana Stadium. British-based Ghanaian boxer Seth Freezy McBones Jima suffered his first professional defeat, losing by unanimous decision to Jonathan Worldwide Tete. Tete's sharp pressure and control throughout the fight earned him the WBA Africa Light Heavyweight title, ending Jima's unbeaten run. The bout sparked lively reactions online, with debates over critical moments that swung momentum in Tete's favor. Jima and his team have acknowledged the results respectfully and signaled plans to return stronger as they regroup after the loss.
Christmas Eve, skip the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. Welcome to the Situation All-White Party 2025, where the music never stops, the energy never drops, and the fun never ends. Celebrating grand style with great music, irresistible food, and an atmosphere that screams good vibes only. Date 24th December 2025. Venue Good Pack near the Accra Mall. Time 8 p.m. till late. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Get ready for electrifying live performances from the Kinata. In Chin Chin Band and DJ Mingle. Your best all-white fit. Bring your dancing shoes and let's light up the night together. Book your tables now. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973. It's Christmas Eve. Don't miss it. The Situation All-White Party 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Bethel Logistics, and Hallmark Cafe, and supported by Oswald Investments Limited, Verb Duvernay, and Logistics Movers.
DJ, bring it tune back again. Soccer fans, oh, I see. Franco from guess will kick it that somehow.
In a season where the world pauses, music reminds us what truly matters.
From glory, many things yours, only King, you are the
This Christmas, experience music that heals, voices that unite, songs that awaken joy. Your Christmas unforgettable with the Channel 1 Christmas Choir as they serenade you with lovely tunes that fill your home with joy.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know your baby boy will calm a storm with his hand? Way of Christmas, my true love get to me. Now that there is heaven, be the harvest, and I'm so teasing me. Think I really make time to let sweet potato, changes how I am born to be. More than a chocolate sweet.
This Christmas, feel the joy, hear the love, celebrate the season.
Saying hi, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah. Tell me why you're crying, no kidney big deal. Yeah. When you give me something I don't really feel, but you know that already. When I found you on the ground, you were dying. Now you're coming to my yard uninvited. Can't you see me at the edge? I'm a lighter. If the war was ending, would you cry or would you try to get me? Tell me now, I want you to be clear, yeah. Tell me now, I need you to be clear, yeah. I will wait for you, for you. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. I will wait for you, for you. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. Yeah. For me, how you fall in love, treating me this way, as though I don't matter. So why you calling me with acting like you care for me? I don't care what you have to say. Boy, don't test me, don't play no games. You lay down by my side, you know they pay me mine. I feel it in my heart, in my soul, a deep scar maybe it's not meant to be. You just got the right of my pain, oh. Is it not meant to be? The things way I did see you do for me. Was it all just pretend, or all just in my head? How'd you find a way to make me lose? I'm the one to blame, the one. Is it not meant to be? The things way I did see you do for me. Was it all just pretend, or all just in my head? How'd you find a way to make me lose control? Oh, wow. 'Cause it's all in my head, all in my, 'cause it's all in my head, 'cause it's all in my head, all in my, 'cause it's all in my head, yeah, 'cause it's all in my head. Ooh. 'Cause it's all in my head. Yeah. You got my mind spinning. Wonder if you want me or you don't. You know you got me immersed in you. Feeling like I'm lost in a haze, yet I can't turn away from your gaze. Boy, you got me in denial, in denial. You know that I crave attention, need affection. You got me rolling. Boy, please don't go in my yeah. Oh boy, you got me in denial, in denial. It's funny how you mess around with my emotions. That won't stop me, I'm calling your name. Boy, please don't go in my I've fallen deeper down a rabbit hole with no end. Hopeless. How could you be so cruel to me? You all believe when you need a toy to play with. I become your favorite. Oh, why? And I don't wanna be a part of your stupid game. And you don't treat me right. We're better off going our separate ways. You used me, and I give my all for you. Now time is up for you, and I don't know how to move on. Yeah, in denial. You know that I crave attention, need affection. You got me balling. Boy, please don't go in my yeah. Oh boy, you got me in denial, in denial. It's funny how mess around with my emotions. That won't stop me, I'm calling your name. Boy, please don't go in my yeah. Yeah. Da 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 da. Hey, 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 yeah, hey, yeah. I'm so obsessed with you. I can't deny the truth. I can see in your eyes, on your mind, you are mine. Oh, our souls intertwined. Yeah, yeah. Every little thing you do makes me wanna feel brand new. Every day with you is a dream come true. You know I like that love when you're feisty and wanna bite back. Via conversations and finally me in my mesh. Love the fact that nobody cuffed you cause she was my catch. When you gave it to me, you know that I'm coming right back. Back, 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 back. Oh, I'm coming right back. Back, 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 yeah. Oh boy, you're making me obsessed, yeah, you know that. Oh boy, you're making me obsessed, yeah, you know that. Oh boy, you're making me obsessed, yeah, you know that. Oh boy, you're making me obsessed, yeah, you know that, right? I'm so obsessed with you. I can't deny the truth. I can see it in your eyes, on your mind, you and mine. Our souls intertwined. Yeah, yeah. Every little thing you do makes me wanna feel brand new. Every day with you is a dream come true. I'm so obsessed with you. I can't deny the truth. I can see it in your eyes, on your mind, you and mine. Oh, our souls intertwined. Yeah, yeah. Every little thing you do makes me wanna feel brand new. Every day with you, it's a dream come true. When I'm with you, I'm losing my focus. So I'm taking my heartbeats with purpose. Oh, I need you, I breathe you, I love you. When I'm with you, I'm losing my focus. So we're taking my heartbeats for purpose. Oh, I need you to make me feel alive.
That was an exciting and interesting one there, and it's now time for us to bring you what is happening in the world of sports. And you know, on Mondays, Yao Minta is in studio for us to discuss sports. So, Yao Minta, what do you have for us in the world of sports? I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you very much.
I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you very much.
Channel 1, it be new.
Oh no, it did there, but I think I
think I like this one.
Where's your?
Oh, I have some. I have some.
So why are you acting brand new?
But this one is
no, because he doesn't normally see me wear it.
Normally see him.
Yeah, normally when I wear it, that means I have on a jacket. Yeah, so you don't usually
oh my
see
God,
me.
look at you on the screen. White looks good on you.
Oh yeah.
It's nice. Anyway, what do you have for us?
Oh yeah. A lot of things happened in sports over the past weekend. I mean, we saw what happened with especially in the world of boxing. Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, their fights.
They dislocated.
They dislocated his jaw in two places. Yeah, they dislocated his jaw. And honestly,
it's online. The X-ray.
Oh yeah. It's on citysportsonline.com. So once you go,
but this job is serious.
And it's $40 million.
And that's what pleased me the most. Like people trivialize the effect of boxing. Boxing is a very dangerous sport. People think that okay, you throw a few punches here and there, and you are good. Boxing is a very, very dangerous sport, and my honest opinion, I think even Anthony Joshua pulled back on some of his punches.
On some of his
because even that punch that broke his jaw, Jake Paul's jaw, I think he didn't go the full extent.
Really?
Oh yeah. Anthony Joshua is a heavyweight boxer. He's been boxing since what? Since beyond 2010. 2012, he won gold at the Olympics, the one that was held in London. In the heavyweight division. So he's been doing this well over a decade.
So his hand is
and Jake Paul.
So his one blow like this.
Wow.
It's like 7 blows.
Yeah, and Jake Paul is a YouTuber who turned into a boxer. He's not even.
So you think he should have been lightweight?
Then it's not fair.
He usually fights in the cruiserweight division.
So why did they pair the two of them?
Because of the money. Because it brought about conversation. Yeah. It brought about conversation. It brought about content, and it brought a lot of money.
You know, this is actually like murder you could have caused in there.
Yes, and that's why a lot of people were concerned about the health implications for Jake Paul, because he's a heavyweight. He had a 26 weight difference or weight advantage over Jake Paul. He has been boxing for well over a decade. Jake Paul, this is his second professional bout.
Did he train well before?
Oh yeah, he did train well. But at the end of the day, you could see the difference. The difference in stamina, difference in experience, the footwork, everything. Ring generalship. It was clear as day. Like the two, it was just too clear.
You know what I realized? I realized that apart from the beatings, Jake was also having fun.
Oh, in the initial rounds, he was having fun. I mean, dancing around. He was having fun. Yeah, and it worked the first 2-3 rounds because he was just circling around Anthony Joshua. He didn't want to engage.
When they gave him the main blow, like
the fifth round, that's when it really started to tell because he was tired. He couldn't keep up moving around, and so
How many
Joshua.
rounds did they go to?
It was scheduled to last 8 rounds. But they fought for 6 rounds. Yeah, and Joshua knocked him out in the 7th round. And so, that's just about
But relax. Why will he move as a YouTuber into boxing? Is it that
yes, he started with exhibition bouts. So let's say Shatawale and Stoneboy, they have a beef. Then instead of settling it with trading words and all, so he settled it in the ring. And he was a YouTuber, and he still is a YouTuber. And so he got involved in a lot of verbal spats with a lot of guys. And so you know what? Let's settle it in the ring. And he started doing it from 2017. Started doing it, and he fell in love with the sport. And so he grew into it, quite comfortable in those exhibition bouts. And then he decided, you know what? Let me just try the outlandish idea of actually boxing a professional boxer who is a former 2-time heavyweight champion
Mike
of the
Tyson.
world. Yeah, initially the Mike Tyson one was an exhibition bout.
Right.
That one was an exhibition bout, but this one was a professional bout. It was an outlandish decision, but at the end of the day, he took the risk.
$40 million.
Oh yeah, at least $40 million. He took the risk, and at the end of the day, he's being well paid. So yeah, it's all about
So
risk-taking.
the money someone will fix the jaw.
Oh, I mean the jaw now here. I mean $1,500,000. It will sort it out.
And when he enter the ring again?
Yeah, he says he will take some time off for the next 6 months. First of all to fix the jaw, and then to recover. Then he will come back into the ring, but this time around he won't be in the heavyweight division. He will be in his natural weight, which is the cruiserweight division.
Because he realized it's.
Yeah, I mean there's a ton of difference in there,
Yeah.
and
Because
so
is it that the heavyweight pays more than the cruiserweight?
oh no. The thing is, it doesn't matter the weight class you are in terms of the money draw, as long as you're able to sell it. Yeah,
Okay, I agree.
the money will come in, but it's just that because of health reasons, it's best to compete in the weight that you are comfortable with. Otherwise, you end up getting major damage, or because there have been boxers who have suffered brain injuries because of boxing.
Wow.
I mean, Gerard McClellan, he's blind because he fought Nigel Benn, Conor Benn's father. He fought Nigel Benn in the early 90s, and he was just blinking rapidly. The next thing you know, they took him to the hospital, and he ended up losing his sight, and he was pretty much brain dead or something. So boxing is it's a dangerous sport, and so it's a good thing that Jake Paul survived, and that he's now realized that it would be best to compete in
How much does Anthony get for
in the
this?
cruiserweight division.
also get
Both fighters got at least 40 million.
Yeah. Oh.
Both fighters got at least 40 million.
Whether you win or lose.
Win or lose. I mean, the actual figure has yet to be reported, but what is concrete was that at least both fighters got $40 million.
But you know, I think I'm learning one thing with the part that he said that, you know, after this he's going to take a break.
Yeah.
And that is what we missed in the Ghanaian guy that died. He didn't take a break. Baobali. Yeah. So he didn't take a break. He just went straight up. So I think.
And on top of that, Baobali, he stepped up in weight class just weeks. Just weeks really before the fight. You need to be able to give yourself and your body
some time.
The time to build yourself up in terms of your weight and how you'll be able to handle all that weight. And it's not outlandish for boxers to step up in weight. Terrence Crawford stepped up 2 weight classes to fight Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he beat him. But the difference is that he got 7 months. His last fight was in 2024, and then he fought Saul Canelo Alvarez, I believe, was in October. So he had enough time to, once the fight was arranged, and build himself up to that point in time. And once he fought Canelo, it looked like he was a natural super middleweight, but he had been fighting at the welterweight division pretty much for the most part of his life. And so it's about preparation and proper planning. There's a science to it. That's why boxing is called the sweet science. There's a science to it. It's not just get in the ring and throw your hands. No, there's a science behind it. That's why a lot of people don't necessarily appreciate Floyd Mayweather Jr. style, but the boxing purists absolutely highly regard him because the way he boxes, that's how you box. Hit and don't get hit. That's the basic of boxing.
Wow.
Hit but don't get hit. That's the basics of boxing. Iron Mike Tyson will tell you that everyone has a plan going into the ring until they get punched in the face. Because once you get punched in the face, it will rearrange everything inside your brain. And then you start messing up.
Your eye go blur.
You don't ring.
I swear. Your eye go first blur.
Boxing is no joke. Like I sit back and I just listen to people talk about boxing. I read a lot of comments and I just shake my head. Like it's a very, very dangerous sport and a very complex sport. There's a science to it. That's why it's called the sweet science.
I believe you when you say it's a very complex sport.
Oh,
People don't know because there's a lot of leg work, a lot of hand work. Everything should be moving at the same time.
Everything that you do is calculated. So if I want to, let's say, throw an overhand right, that's what Joshua did. He went to the body first and got Jake Paul to react by protecting his body.
Because he hit his face.
He kept on jabbing his body. Kept on jabbing his body and made his midsection very sore. Jabbed him, and so he feinted to jab him in that body again. So he dropped his hands to protect
and open
himself,
face,
and he just opened himself up, and he just boom. It's calculated. Everything is calculated.
Let's come to Fizzy McBones and all those people.
That was a terrible fight.
Why?
Oh, that was a terrible fight. Oh.
People are saying that Fizzy should have won that bout.
Oh yeah, but he breached
the
rule.
Sorry, who's Freezy?
He's a Ghanaian who moved over to the UK and is now based in the UK.
Is it the one that Amwabeng supporting?
Yeah.
That's the
I
one
think he was
supporting.
working out with Amwabeng.
Yeah, he was working out with him. That's the one he's supporting, right?
Freezy.
Oh, okay.
And so, he actually beat his opponent.
So that's Fizzy on the
field. And he got deducted some points
He beat
for
him?
it. Yeah, he beat him.
Like a dog.
No, like the way Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield did it. Like he bit part of his
So did he cut the ear to like?
No. But he bit some part of his body. So.
But what leads them to biting somebody?
I mean, you know, it's a rough sport. It's frustration. If you are not getting your way in the ring, sometimes it happens. It happens.
But you do watch that bout.
Bite me.
I watched a little bit of it, but I wasn't interested. It was a terrible fight. No, the worldwide one.
But you don't think worldwide should have been given that?
I mean, yeah, because at the end of the day, Freezy did enough to win the bout, but because of the point deduction. So yeah, that's how come worldwide ended up winning it.
But didn't you think that is a way to promote Ghana boxing?
Oh yes, it is. I mean, the whole spectacle was brilliant. I mean, you had celebrities in there, you had the president of Ghana there. The setup was brilliant. The pitch covers were on point, so they didn't damage the University of Ghana.
So that made it very good.
They didn't damage the University ofGhana pitch. Shatawale performed.
Yeah.
So
the president talked to Shatawale.
And the president being there was
the security, detail, the coordination. Oh yeah, it was on point. It was on point. The spectacle itself was on point, but the fight.
So the showbiz. So the whole show.
Yeah, the showbiz aspect.
Nice,
and that's the thing about sports right now. It should transcend just the sports. The sports. It shouldn't meet just the sporting checkbox. It should go beyond the sporting checkbox.
So that's showbiz.
Yeah, showbiz, and that's why last month, Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben, their fight. The biggest takeaway from that fight was Chris Eubank Jr.'s ring walk. He walking into the ring because he brought 50 cents. He brought 50 cents, and the whole stadium, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, was just rocking. Like, because you don't see that happening. Like 50 cents coming out and walking a British fighter into the ring, and I think that will go down as one of the most iconic sports moments this year. It was so brilliant, and that's the showbiz aspect of the sport.
So would you say sports today has evolved because of the showbiz factor?
Yeah. These days you have sportainment, sports and entertainment. So yeah, that's how come Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul will sell, because the sport is the boxing, but there's also the entertainment bit, because Jake Paul comes with a lot of entertainment. He was a child star on TV with a Disney Channel. Then he became a YouTuber, and then he transitioned into sport, which is boxing. So Anthony Joshua is bringing the sports aspect, and Jake Paul is bringing the entertainment aspect. And then you have a spectacle. You sell over 100 million, and everyone goes home happy with a fat wallet.
Wow, beautiful. Now we've spoken a lot about
boxing. And now to football. And over the weekend, Ghana's Ghana winger, or Ghana's Osman Bukari, he made a move to Visage Lodge in the Polish league. It's in Poland. They play as a Polish club. He used to be with Austin FC. Austin FC is in the United States of America in the MLS. and then he made the move to come over to Poland and play for Wojciech Lodz. And the reason he said was that he wanted to get back competing in Europe, and that's the reason why he made the move. And
But do you think it's a good idea?
I think it's a good idea because at the end of the day, he didn't look too settled at Austin FC in the United States. He didn't really excel. He had 8 goals. He had 6 goals and 8 assists in 50 games for Austin FC, which isn't good enough.
So would you say it's because of football is now growing in America?
Yeah. I think, and it's because. And it's funny because the World Cup is coming to America, and he decided to leave move from America. And so it has to be a good reason. And the reason is pretty much simple. I think he wants to get back into the Black Stars because he hasn't been featured in the Black Stars for, I think, a year or close to a year. And it's because somehow he gets overlooked a little bit. And so once you get back into mainstream Europe and you are performing, then you'll be able to easily catch the attention of the handlers, the Black Stars handlers. And so, yeah, I think that's the reason why he made that move to move from the United States to Poland and to be able to get himself back out there competing at the top level. And so, yeah, that's the lowdown on Osman Bukari. He got signed for $5 million euros. And the contract will last till 2030. And so, yeah, that's the update on Osman Bukari. And yeah, over the weekend we had English Premier League action. Manchester United, they lost by 2-1 to Aston Villa. Liverpool kept on winning, and this time around they've moved on beyond their troubles. 6 games they haven't lost. They have 4 wins and 2 draws. And the biggest talking point is that Alexander Isak picked up an injury, a leg injury, and the update is that there are reports that he might have suffered a leg fracture. And funny enough, he picked up that injury while he scored the goal. So he kicked the ball, it entered the net, but the defender slid into his leg, and yeah, he picked up the injury, and he had to even be forced off because of that injury. And so that's the update on Alexander Isak. And still sticking with injuries, Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United captain, he also picked up a leg injury in Manchester United's 2-1 loss to Aston Villa. And just this morning, the coach, the head coach of Man United, that's Ruben Amorim, he delivered the updates that Bruno Fernandes had some soft issues in his leg, and that he's likely to miss some time for Manchester United. He doesn't get hurt most of the time. His injury record is brilliant, but yeah, there's only so much you can do. And yeah, that's the updates on Bruno Fernandes. He has picked up an injury, and he will miss some time playing for Man United because
I just realized I'm holding my knees thinking about it.
Yeah, because of that injury. And that's the downside of sports and competing at that elite level. Yeah. And that's the last thing you need.
Yeah.
It looks like the sports industry, there is injury in almost all the
everything. Yeah, because these days the athletes are bigger, faster, stronger because of improved dieting, the nutrition, improved technology. So the way they train is different from the way athletes used to train 20 years ago. So now, because of improved technology, they're able to train and build up muscles that back in the day athletes didn't even know that those muscles could be built up.
Yeah.
Because of research that has gone into health.
And now we have better supplements.
Yeah, better supplements and all these things.
Scientific facts.
Injuries are building up because the game is being played at a faster pace. The athletes are stronger and they are fitter. So it will bring about all these situations. And yes, the biggest talking point in football has to do with the AFCON. It has to do with the AFCON. Yesterday, or no, last night, brilliant opening ceremony by Morocco. The pitches were on point. It rained heavily, especially during the first half, but you saw the pitch, still crisp.
Green.
I can bet my last peswa, if it was Ghana that had to deal with all that heavy rain, we would have had to postpone the game. I tell you, because our pitches are terrible. But the pitches in Morocco, top
But
class.
how does that work?
I mean,
would you say it's the soil? How does it work?
No.
Especially for ignorant people like me.
You have to look at first things first, the grass, the type of grass you're using. Yeah, these days, the best thing to do is use hybrid. So a mix of artificial and a mix of natural. But ours is just natural. And there's only so much that natural grass can take. And on top of that, the drainage system.
Yeah.
The drainage system, one moment it's raining heavily, but you don't see puddles of water on the pitch because the drainage system works.
Perfect.
And it's very sharp. It drains, it takes away all the excess water, and it makes the pitch very even and very easy to play on. But for Ghana, we don't have those things.
But I understand now we are covering the pitch
the pitch covers. This time around, we are covering the pitch covers, and so you look at the University of Ghana. We had a lot of concerts. The Accra Sports Stadium. We had a lot of concerts over there over the past over the past 2-3 days. Pitch covers on point. Over the past 2 days, Saturday we had a boxing event, the Freezy Magbones bit. Pitch covers on point, and then yesterday
is a Madisco.
A Black Sheriff's concert. No problems at all with the pitch because the pitch covers were on point, and it just makes you wonder why it took so long to be able to just acquire pitch covers to protect the pitch, like Ghana. So very shocking. We have done it long ago, but we talk. Journalists spoke. We talk. Complained several times before they brought the pitch covers.
We have the solutions, but we do not have the implementation.
We are talking too much about these things.
And it's funny because it shouldn't have been the case because it's pitch covers. That is the standard across the world. Who says that those stadiums that you see, those beautiful stadiums that you see, they are just for football purposes? No, they are not for football purposes. The Real Madrid stadium, the Santiago Bernabeu, it hosted Taylor Swift's concert. It hosted Taylor Swift's concert. All of the stadiums that you know that are popular and beautiful, they are multi-purpose, and so you just have to cover the pitch and rearrange the setting, and you are good to go.
I mean, thank you so much for your time. That was a brilliant one from the world of sports, and you have been coming back to us. That's how we end today's edition of Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. I am Philip Milate.
And my name is Chris Carter. See you tomorrow for a brand new episode, but keep watching Channel 1 TV.